Blog Talk Radio.
10 years ago, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire
LCS Hockey. And we're off. It's us, the Hockey Kids. That's right, once again, it's the LCS Hockey Radio Show. Brought to you as always by Honest John Churchfield and by the #1 hockey site in all the land, LCSHockey.com. LCS, ribbed for her pleasure. Guess who was arrested again? Yep, DMX. The rapper was now picked up for identity theft after trying to use an alias to get out of paying a hospital bill. The arrest marks his 6th in just 3 months. Police caught on to the scam after DMX checked into the Mayo Clinic in Arizona under the pseudonym Clay Aiken. Clay Aiken. And Pam Anderson appeared on Ryan Seacrest's radio show this morning to dispel the rumors that her and Tommy Lee are back together. Even though the couple lives together, Pam told Seacrest that, quote, "I'm not with him. The duo have 2 children together and will always share that precious bond. Hepatitis. And a shocking story surfaced yesterday that Golden Girl Estelle Getty passed away just 3 days shy of her 85th birthday. The shocking part? I thought she died 20 years ago, along with Rue McClanahan's career. That's all I'm going to say. And you remember Jimmy Fallon? He was that dude from Saturday Night Live that could never do a skit without breaking character. He was, popular for all of 1 year. Star of the film Taxi. Yes, that Jimmy Fallon. At any rate, Fallon is scheduled to take over Conan O'Brien's hosting duties on Late Night next year. And executive producer Lorne Michaels feels that Fallon doing 5 or 6 months of podcast before his television debut will help him fine-tune his hosting skills. I got news for you, Jimmy. It doesn't. It just doesn't. But anyway, it's a banner night here on the LCS Hockey Radio Show. We're actually going to try and fine-tune our own interviewing skills because tonight, on this very program, the one, the only, Matthew Barnaby will be dropping by to talk to us. And if last week's show was Mike Dell's dream come true, then this has to be mine. So basically, with the Sports Contraption reunion last week and Matthew Barnaby tonight, there's really nothing for us to do here anymore. This may be our last episode, if you're lucky. And also tonight, Jim Iovino will be dropping by to enlighten us with his keen hockey prowess and vast movie knowledge. And we'll sit as mediator on our top 11 list. Top 11 least funniest people. And no, you can't vote for me, so stop calling, Zip. But if you'd like to call, or if you have a question for Matthew Barnaby, the number here is 646-716-7522, or Ohms 1, Mr. Lab. Let's get this show over with. Joining me as always is the editor-in-chief over at DLCS, and a man that after tonight's interview is only 1 degree away from Joe Sakic. Scary. It's Mike Dell. Jerry Farish, what's going on?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, you excited? Big show.
I am excited. Matthew Barnaby's stopping by. That's a big deal here.
Well, hopefully he's stopping by.
Well, I think he's here.
Well, really? How about that?
Yeah, I think he is
do
here.
the honors. Do the honors.
Let's see.
How are you doing, guys?
Hey, what is up, buddy?
Not much, guys. How are you?
We're doing good, Matthew. Thanks for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Hey, when Jerry Farish, my co-host, and I, we were talking about who would we like to get on the show, who would be our dream guest, the first name out of Jerry's mouth was Matthew Barnaby.
Wow. That's,
yeah,
How does that make you feel? You
know? Not big aspirations then, eh, guys?
Oh, no. No, quite the opposite.
Thank you. No, it's a privilege. Thank you.
Yeah, we both, we grew up in the Pittsburgh area, so we're big Penguin fans. And now, Jerry, what do you like about the Matthew Barnaby?
You know, what I always liked about Matthew Barnaby was the fact that he was never scared to defend a teammate. He never backed down from anybody. He was always the emotional spark plug that the team needed, a timely goal, a big hit, getting under somebody's skin. And I always admired the way he played, and I'm a lifelong Barnaby fan.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that is. You know what? The timely goal thing, I don't know if that's true, but the other stuff, hopefully I did over the years. It was a lot of fun to play in Pittsburgh. Just great fans and just a great place to play. If it was, obviously I was traded from Buffalo to Pittsburgh, and I couldn't ask for a better place to have rejuvenated my career as in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you of course you broke into the league with Buffalo Sabres. Spent parts of 7 seasons with them. And when you think back on your career, do you think of yourself as a Buffalo Sabre?
Well, I mean, obviously it's where I played the most of my career was there, and it gave me my start, and it was a great place to play. And, I didn't know anything coming in the league at the age of 19, and getting to play at such a young age, I was just in awe of all the players that I got to play with. So, I mean, I think of myself as a Buffalo Sabre, but, when I think of all the great teams and all the great players that I play with, I think of Buffalo, I think of Pittsburgh, I think of playing in New York with Mark Messier, and going to Colorado, playing with a Joe Sakic and a Peter Forsberg. Those lists, I mean, those four teams really stand out in my mind, and teams that I love to play for, and it's the teams that I had the most longevity too. I really don't count the Tampa Bays as part of a place where I played that much, and even Colorado. I didn't play there much, but I was picked up as a deadline deal, and they really made me feel like I was at home too.
Yeah, you were in Colorado for 13 games, I think, and you had something like 9 points. I think you were scoring. Must be the altitude, huh? You were scoring.
It must have been the altitude. I think most of it must have been mostly home games. Teams must have been coming in a little hungover, and a little altitude got to them. So it was a little bit of both, I think, that helped me out.
Well, since you brought him up, though, I should mention that my hockey-playing hero is Joe Sakic. Ever since his days at Quebec Nordiques when I was a little lad. What was it like playing with Joe? Hopefully,
you know what? He was one of my heroes growing up too. I mean, I was a little older when I was in junior when he was playing with Quebec, and I played in Quebec City, so I got to see him when he was playing with the Nordiques, and they were terrible, and he was the only thing you could cheer for. He was getting 100 points a season on a lousy team, but just an unbelievable player, but even more importantly, an unbelievable guy. When I got there, you never know how to approach the Stars when you go to a new team, and he's a guy that bent over backwards to make sure that you were comfortable in your new surroundings. Pleasure to watch play every night, pleasure to watch practice, just a professional on and off the ice, a great family guy, just a role model for any player coming into the league.
Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah.
I hope he's going to come back for another year. I know Colorado could use him, and I know the league could still use him.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope he comes back. Speaking of that, you've been out of the game now for a year. How's your retirement going?
It's always tough leaving the game that you love and competing every night and being around the guys. I think when you look back, it's the competition that you thrive on, and playing hockey since you've been 5 years old. For me, that's 30 years. That you're never going to replace that competition. It's something that's always a void. But the guys are what you miss the most. I know you hear it and it's cliche, but it really is true. The hanging out in the locker room, the fooling around and playing pranks on each other, hanging out on the road, going for dinner, playing cards, that's the stuff that you miss the most. And it's something that I haven't been able to fill. I've got into the TV and radio aspect and tried to stay involved in the game as much as I can. It's not the same, but it's as close as I can come to playing the game, and that's stay in touch with the game.
Well, if you want, you, me, and Jerry, we can get a pickup league going or something.
You know what? I'm actually, for the first time in a long, long time, going to play pickup tonight, boys. So
wow, how about that?
Watch out. I'm playing with my son's coach and his team, so they need a little help tonight. So I was called in to play with a bunch of guys that can't skate, so this should be fun. I'm actually going to feel like Mario Lemieux out there for the first time.
Good time.
Now, what's the chances the gloves get dropped tonight?
Slim and none.
All right.
Slim and none. I don't think I'm in fighting shape anymore.
You certainly were during your career. Now, according to my, we looked up on the old hockeyfights.com, and according to my math, you had 192 fights in your NHL career. That's
yeah, I know it was close to 200. I didn't know what the exact number was, but it was a lot of fights against a lot of big boys, and eventually that's why I had to retire was concussions. You know, I think they add up. The accumulation of fighting guys and taking punches takes its toll, and especially a guy my size that, you know, weighs 185 pounds, fighting guys a lot bigger than I was over the course of my career. You know, it took its toll, and it was hard, but I wouldn't trade it in for the world. I had a ball doing it. I loved doing it for the fans. I loved doing it for my teammates, and really had a good time doing it.
Yeah, that's what I always loved about you. They always listed you at, like, what, 6 foot, 180, 185, but you were closer to 170, right? Don't you think?
You know what? For half of my career I was. The last half I was around 185, 187. The first half of my career, I remember coming in my first training camp, and I weighed 165. So,
wow.
You know, it took a lot of beatings at that size, definitely.
Yeah, because I'm a frail lad myself, and but I enjoy that you stood up to everybody. You fought everybody. Jerry and I were going through your list, and you name the guy, you fought him. Ty Domi, Peter O'Reilly, Donald Brashears, Zdeno Chara, Hal Gill. I mean, what was it like fighting Chara? Yeah.
You know what? If he wanted to be, he could be the toughest in the league. His jabs were as hard as anyone's bombs. Just a big guy. You couldn't get at him. He was so strong, and he fought so smart that he really just held you out like a punching bag and hit you when he wanted to. You know, the thing was, he was such a nice guy that he didn't want to do it, so he kind of let up. And if he ever had that mean streak in him that he wanted to kill you, I mean, he'd be deadly. He's almost like an Eric Lindros. Eric was a mean guy, but if these guys wanted to be heavyweights, they certainly could have done that job too.
Now, Jerry, I know, Jerry, you saw a clip recently of Matthew fighting Eric Lindros. You wanted to ask him about, right?
Yeah, towards the end of the fight, it kind of appears that, like, Lindros kind of gives you the slew foot, and, you know, he fell on top of you, threw a couple punches. You know, even the announcer went as far as to call it was Bush League. Like, do you remember that fight? I mean, because you were pretty livid afterwards.
Yeah, I remember the fight. I mean, I was young. I was probably 21 years old, and, you know, playing against Eric, he was the big man on campus then, and I remember the fight exactly. It was just outside their blue line. He had actually shot a puck after me after the whistle, hit me in the back of the leg, so we ended up fighting. And, you know, my strategy in all my fights when I fought a bigger guy was to take a few punches, get them tired, and then try to get them as the fight went on as they got tired. So that's what I tried to do, and as I thought I was getting him a little more tired, he slew-footed me, and the fight was over. You know, he was eventually kicked out of the game, but I was livid because, you know, I looked like an idiot because I fell down and not everyone can see, so I wanted a chance to actually fight him fair and square, and didn't have that chance. It's pretty funny, after years later, me and Eric had a lot of run-ins, obviously Philadelphia and the Buffalo Sabres, and then Philadelphia and the Pittsburgh Penguins had so many big rivalries that when I ended up getting traded to New York, Eric was my roommate for the next 3 years. So we laughed a lot about it. It was a lot of fun, and I used to tease him because I had more games played than him. And anyone that knows in the NHL, it all goes seniority on games played. So as my roommate, I dictated everything that went on in the room, which was what was watched on TV, when we ordered room service, and all that kind of aspect. So I had the last laugh at the end of the day.
Speaking of the TV, we love the TV here on the LCS Hockey Radio Show. What do you like to watch on the TV?
You know what? My favorite show was Entourage on HBO. Besides that, you know, I kind of watch whatever my kids watch. We watch a lot of sports. My son loves hockey, so we're always watching hockey on TV, whatever game's on. And obviously, having a 10-year-old son and a 7-year-old daughter, Hannah Montana, is number one in our group right now.
Oddly enough, Jerry also watches Hannah Montana.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I told you that in confidence, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But there's a few other guys. Now, you don't mind talking about all the fights you had, right? Like
no, not at all.
Yeah, okay. Because there's a few other guys we got to ask about. Obviously from Pittsburgh. Well, one of my heroes, even back in his days in Calgary, and that's when you fought him, Gary Roberts.
You know what? The funny thing with the Gary Roberts fight was it was his first game back from a broken neck. And I remember saying on Hockey Night in Canada that I was going to break it again or something to that effect. And the funny thing is, he came out of that game, he had 4 goals and a fight with me.
Wow.
And it was his first game back, so he kind of shut me up in that one. But what a great player! You won't find a guy that's in better shape and a guy more prepared for the game of hockey or a warrior like Gary Roberts. Just a a guy that's battled through so much and so much adversity over his career.
Yeah, he's just what a hockey player should be, right? Like Gary Roberts.
He is. He works out hard. He trains so hard, and he's just a good team guy with a lot of talent. So, you respect a guy that's a warrior and brings it every night, and that's something that he's done over the course of a lot of years.
And even though you fought all the heavyweights, which is just amazing, once again, considering your size, you also went with every good middleweight there is. You fought Mike Keane, Adam Graves, Steve Thomas. I saw in there. I saw the fight with Mike Keane. That one, I don't know if you remember. That lasted a long time. At least the first time you fought him.
That was one of my first fights in the NHL, and Mike Keane's a lefty. He was playing for Montreal at the time. I was a youngster with the Buffalo Sabres, and remember, we just outside the blue line again. It started, and we threw toe to toe for a good minute and a half, minute 45. We both ended up breaking each other's noses in the fights, and it was in the old days when you used to go back to back. So we played in Buffalo that night. It was a Friday night. The next night was Saturday in Montreal, where they always played at home, and we were both in the starting lineup. Now both of our eyes were black and blue. Our noses were busted, and I remember him looking over at me and saying, "Kid, are we going to fight again?" And I was like, "No, not really." He goes, "Good, because I don't want to." So it was one of those fun things where it was another guy that I grew up watching. I watched the Montreal Canadiens. They were my favorite team growing up. And to have a chance to fight a guy like him and to earn his respect right off the hop was just a great thrill for me. And just one of the fights that I remember, because I love fighting the middleweights and I loved fighting lefties because there was no holding on. It was just kind of throw, and it was really where I had a great chance of winning, or at least not getting killed. And to me, some of the most entertaining fights are middleweights when they fight each other.
Who was your favorite guy to fight? Or the one fight that sticks out in your head, oh, that was good stuff. Any of them?
You know what? I love that fight there. There was one with Grant Marshall that we had a good toe-to-toer. Another middleweight along the line. I fought Lyle Oderline so many times. We just had such a general hatred for each other. I don't know if they were the best fights ever, but they were definitely ones that had full hatred in them. I love fighting Ty Domi just because of who he was and how tough he was. And my favorite fight of all, not my favorite one, but Jim Cummins. He was playing for the New York Islanders at the time. The Islanders and Rangers had just a hatred for each other. Jimmy Cummins had been calling me on for about 5 games, and I elected not to fight him just because, our coach didn't want me to fight him because he wasn't a very good player. At some point, I said, okay, first shift of the game in their barn, and I called him on. He threw 3 punches, and I landed one and knocked him out cold, and it was the best because when the guy calls you on for 5 games and then you all of a sudden decide to fight him and then drop him, it was one of the best feelings I've ever had.
Is there any guy you didn't get a chance to fight that you wish you would have?
You know what? Looking back, I wish I would have fought Probert. I remember Brad May and myself one night made a bet over a couple cocktails, and the next day called it off that neither of us wanted to fight Proby. It was in his heyday when he was throwing bombs, and we called off the bet before anything came of it. But looking back, it would have been, I'm going to build a sports room. I have pictures of all my fights, and it's one that I'd love to have up there would be of me fighting Bobby Probert.
What about Chris Chelios? Because I would have loved to see you beat him up. I'm not a fan of the Chris Chelios.
You know what? He's a great guy. He's one of those guys you hate to play against, but when you meet him off the ice, he's just such a great guy. He's another warrior, a guy that's played so many years and battled for so hard, but he's he's a guy that you hate on the ice. If he's not on your team, that's the kind of style he plays, and you hate him. But if he was on your team, you'd absolutely love him. And as a guy, that you don't meet any better.
See, I don't need to hear that. I like
sorry to bust your bubble.
Yeah, I know. I like hearing that Joe's a good guy, but I don't need to hear Chelios is a good guy. But you did mention Lau Oderline, and according to my count, you fought him 7 times, I believe.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah, that would make sense.
Now I know Jerry, you want to talk about Lau Oderline.
Yeah, a little bit. Back in the day when you guys, the Penguins were in the playoffs and everything, you guys got into the war words with the whole Cornelius thing, which became it's history here now in Pittsburgh. Everybody knows Cornelius.
Yeah. We should mention the 1999 playoffs, first round against the Devils, and of course Cornelius is from Planet of the Apes, and you thought he looked like a Planet of the Apes guy, right?
Yeah, I mean we had a little war of words, and obviously we didn't like each other. We hadn't liked each other ever since my rookie year, playing against him in when he was in Montreal. So we just had a general hatred for each other.
I think your third fight ever in the NHL, I think, was against him.
Okay, that would make sense. It was a 5-on-5 brawl, and we ended up fighting over in the corner. But we just had a hatred for each other. So he was calling me out, and playoffs are playoffs, and things are said. And I just came up with that line that he wasn't a pretty man. He kind of looked like a monkey. Cornelius from Planet of the Apes, and it kind of took a life of its own. And didn't mean for that to happen, but it was just a funny time and something that we played along with, and all the guys on the team loved it. It kind of was a little, great stuff in the media, and anything in the playoffs just gets overblown. It was just, it was a lot of fun. It was just great stuff.
Now, Jared, you love the Cornelius bit, right?
I love it. I do love it.
And you guys won that playoff series in 7 games.
We did. It was, New Jersey just had such a good team, and it was a big rivalry between us. They played such a trap system. We were the opposite. We were just a free-flowing team. Kovalev had a great series that series. Yager was good. It was just a lot of fun to be a part of, and obviously to be a part of any good team, which we felt could have actually went further than we did. But just a great team to be a part of, and like I said, a great city to be a part of.
Yeah, Jerry, no, you think that was one of the coolest Penguin teams ever, right?
Oh, yeah, with Yager and all, that Kovalev. Oh, man, I love that guy, too.
Draka, and we had some good guys. We were the all-European team.
Yeah, and the other big hero of ours on that team was Darius Kasparaitis.
Yeah, he was. I played with him on a few different teams, playing with New York and in Pittsburgh. Just another warrior, a guy that came to work hard every day. He was definitely a different bird, but Kasparaitis was a guy that worked. He worked 100% in practice, off the ice. He was a good guy. It's unfortunate that his career ended a little earlier than it should. He had a few too many knee surgeries, and really lost a step by the end of it. But a heck of a guy.
And how about Kovalev? Any Kovalev stories about just the stuff he would do in practice, or anything stand out to you?
Yeah, you know what, Kovalev's just a quiet guy that kind of stayed to himself, and a typical, more or less of a Russian player, kind of stays off on his own. Good guy, very good guy. Just kind of, like I said, very quiet. But his hands, I say, are the best hands I have ever seen. Out of any top player that's ever played the game, I would put up Kovalev's hands and moves against anyone in the game. And just my favorite stories of Kovy were watching him on the power play. He always played the point on the power play when he was with us. And it was always coming down that right-hand side. He'd cross the blue line, and we all knew it was coming because we've seen it a million times. But he put the puck on his backhand, and as soon as the guy came to get him, he'd switch to his forehand and cut to the middle. And 9 times out of 10, a guy would blow a wheel right into the bench, right where we were sitting in Pittsburgh. And we all knew it was coming. We'd always be like tapping on the bench going, watch this. And a guy would go flying right into the boards. And that's how good his hands were.
Yeah, Kovalev's a bad man. And his shot, too. Good Lord. He can shoot the puck. And now, also in Pittsburgh, of course, you got to play with Lemieux a little bit, right, when he came back? I do. When he came back, I played with him very little. But another one of the thrills when I talk to my son or I talk to people out there, I mean, one of my greatest thrills would be having a chance to play with one of the best players to ever play the game in Mario, and to have a chance and an opportunity to play with one of the legends of the game and a great guy. What he's done and what he's done for the city of Pittsburgh, keeping that team there, bringing them back to the forefront with Crosby and Malkin. Just an incredible and a tribute to who he is and what he means to the city and hockey in general. Yeah, we kind of like him, you know. I hope so. We'll take him in Buffalo if not. That's all right. And, also on that team, you were only in Pittsburgh for parts of 3 seasons. It seems like you were there. You're just so popular when you were there. Everyone loved you. It seemed like you were there longer, but you really weren't there too long. But in the 3rd season before you got traded, I believe you were teammates with Garth Snow as well. Wasn't he? I was, yeah, and we've had some run-ins. If you go on YouTube, some good ones. Actually, one of my wife's first dates with me is when I fought Garth in the old auditorium. And was that the big brawl in '96? That was the big brawl, yeah. So my wife's mom at the time thought that I was the next O.J. Simpson. Actually, she never really watched hockey, or they didn't watch hockey. And after getting up off the ice and beating up, she said, "No, you're not dating him. He's the next O.J." So. But that was great, because I never liked Garth Snow. Another one of my least favorite players. But to let everyone know, you got cross-checked in the head like 3 times by somebody. Was it Sean Antosky or I can't even remember.
It was Antosky. It was who had a short career, but he was very tough. Just one of those guys that, I tried to get under his skin, and he kind of, really played into my hand at the time. Really took a stupid penalty, but at the end it ended up for good TV, and it was a lot of fun to be a part of that night.
Yeah, because you were laying down on your stomach in front of the crease in a big brawl. Everyone's fighting, and the trainer. Yeah,
Brad May, Bob Bugner, they all came flying in and started
Brad
throwing.
When you say flying in, he literally flew in. he jumped through the air.
We called him Jimmy Superfly Snooker for a while as he came off the top rope, but it was they got on me after because they all had to fight the Sean Antoskys and the Berubes and everyone. And I ended up with Garth Snow, so I ended up with the easy one in that one.
Yeah, you were on the ice, face down on the ice. The trainer is tending to you, and like Garth Snow poked you with a stick, just being a jerk, and you just jumped up without warning, ripped his helmet off, and started wailing on him, and it was great. I love it.
Yeah, and in these days it would be a 15-game suspension, I'm sure, but back in the old days, I think it was a 5-minute penalty, and it was good. I got a little beer in the room before everyone else. It was great.
Well, what about that Buffalo team, though? You had, Rob Ray and Brad May, and then you, 3 of the top 4 penalty minute guys in 95 and 96. You led the league with like 335, I think. What was that like, just playing on that team? You guys you weren't scared of anything, right?
No, we had a great compliment from a few teams that, they just did not want to. We were a team that worked hard every single night. We weren't the most talented, but they were afraid. One team told us that they were afraid to blow us out because they were afraid what might happen after, and they knew. We used to sit and we had more guys. We had Brent Hughes, we had Bob Bugner, and we used to sit in the locker room before the game and say, okay, I got this guy in the first period. I'm going to fight him. You fight him. You fight him. And a lot of times they were just so scared to even come out because they were afraid what was going to happen. So it was just a lot of fun. We were young guys that had a lot of fun playing the game, felt privileged to be in the league, all loved to play the same style, and then at the same time we had Teddy Nolan, who absolutely adored that type of hockey. So we were not encouraged to do it. We weren't refraining from it either.
Now, when you were in Pittsburgh, you fought your buddy Rob Ray.
Yeah, that's a good story too. I mean, the night before, my wife had cooked him dinner, and I'd come over to the house for dinner, and obviously myself and Lindy Ruff had a little tough time. We didn't like each other very much when I was here because of the departure of Ted Nolan, and I really took it out on him. But Rob was sent out to take care of business with me, and I understood it was a job, but my wife didn't take too kindly to that after, I'll tell you that.
Now, another big moment in Pittsburgh, Jerry, I know you wanted to ask him about Eric Carnes, right?
Yeah. You guys fought quite a few times, I think, a couple at least, but I remember one game in particular where you guys got into it after the game down the runway or whatever.
Yeah, we had gotten in a fight on the ice, and actually we were trying to get in a fight on the ice. The refs came in, we weren't able to fight, so we were both escorted, and in the island, you go in opposite sides, but the only thing that separates the two rooms really is just like a little hallway with a little cover over top, and a little, almost like a draw sheet. So we ended up, and he was yelling at me from one side. I went down. Tommy Barrasso came in the middle. Well, right through the thing, he punched me right through the little draw sheet. We ended up trying to fight in the middle. Ensued a $65,000 fine for me. I think a $3,000 fine for him. I remember talking to Colin Campbell going, I'm the one that got punched, and I got fined the most. He goes, well, you shouldn't make that much money then.
Wow. Now, like after you scrap with these guys, do you guys leave it on the ice? Like if you saw these people at a function later on in the year or something, is it, pleasantries and whatnot?
What's that? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Like, do you hold a grudge against guys? Like, after you're off the ice, so, in the off-season, if you'd run into Lyle Oderline or, Eric Carnes, would you be friendly, or is there still...
You know what? I had several beers with Eric Carnes at the end of years. I'd see him at golf tournaments. You know what? to me, there's no bitterness. You're paid to do a job. You play for your team. You defend your teammates. But when the game's over, it's all over. If the game had ended that night and he wanted to have a beer, or I saw him at a bar, I would have laughed about it and went on my business. That's just the way I handled the game and the way I thought about the game. A lot of lower lines different. I probably would have ran over him with a car if I would have saw him, because I generally just hated the guy.
What did Lauodline ever do to you? Come on.
You know what? He was probably the only guy that we just, it was personal. It was more than, I don't know. It was just one of those personal things that we didn't like each other. We didn't pretend to like each other, and it was one of those things that even off the ice that we just wouldn't have got along. And it's funny because I went through playing 14 years, and after 14 years, I really never saw him in another city. And I was playing in Dallas, and he was actually there visiting some buddies, and we ended up actually having a beer and talking about it and laughing about it. I still don't think I like him that much, but I actually, at the end of the day, had that beer with him, and hopefully let bygones be bygones.
What is your beverage of choice when you're in the bar?
Definitely Coors Light, boys.
Coors
you can
Light.
drink a lot of them. Definitely drink a lot of them.
All right. Jerry's the beer expert on it. Jerry, is that a good choice, Coors Light?
Oh,
all right. Well, when I'm in Pittsburgh, you're gonna have to buy me a Coors Light, boys. I'm on a fixed income here on retirement. Okay?
Yeah, we'll pick it up for you. Don't worry.
All right.
No big deal. But we gotta thank you so much for coming on the show tonight, Matthew. This has really been a pleasure for us.
Guys, it's been a pleasure for me, and I wish you guys continued success. And anytime you guys want to talk, give me a ring, and we'll do it again.
Yeah. Well, we should say, is there anything you want to plug? Are you still working with TSN?
You know what? I am working with TSN and the Score up in Toronto, but having a lot of fun doing it. Maybe getting into ESPN and doing. Going to be auditioning for Barry Melrose since he left. Going to be auditioning for that job. So hopefully that goes well, and hopefully the new face of ESPN and the NHL. That would be great.
Yeah, it would be. We'll be pulling for you, buddy.
Great. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. You guys take care, and hopefully we'll talk soon.
All right, Matthew. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Matthew Barnaby. Oh, what a treat, huh? Barnaby.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, our first legit NHL guest, Matthew Barnaby.
I wanted to, he seemed like he was on his way somewhere. I don't know if you noticed that.
Well, he was going to go play hockey.
Yeah, I've noticed, but it sounded like he was actually maybe walking into the rink as he's on the phone with us. So
yeah, most of our guests try to leave at some point.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I'm trying to leave, but I wanted to ask him what would Gary Roberts do, and I think I have the answer for that. Gary Roberts would eat a couple right hands and then hit the ice. Did you see that fight? Barnaby laid him down.
No, Barnaby, he downplayed it there. He acted like Gary took him to town there, but no. So he got the best of Gary Roberts.
I would say, yeah. Barnaby hit him with a couple straight rights, and Gary went down to his knee. But, then again, I guess he was just coming off the broken neck and whatnot.
Yeah, and he did have 4 goals in the game, so.
That is true.
That is true.
But,
Matthew Barnaby, thanks so much for coming on the show. And, we'll try and get Matthew back on at some point, update us on his whole career. Yeah, we didn't even get the chance to ask him, but he owns a construction company with Rob Ray.
That is correct.
Now, Jerry, you work construction.
I do.
Would that be your dream, to work for Matthew Barnaby?
Not really.
Okay.
No. Well, it depends. Like maybe if I was like his, if he was hiring me to be his golf partner, hey, I want to golf. Boom, I'm there. Yeah, I'll do that. But I could do construction here. I don't want to live in Buffalo.
That's true.
Yeah,
I guess
it's very cold.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to ask him about the Donald Trump jerseys either. As a former Sabre, I wondered, how he felt about the logo, but maybe next time.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut him short. I didn't want to keep him past, what he's really obligated to do, which was nothing. Yeah, exactly. So
big thanks to Matthew Barnaby. Great guy.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, who should we get next? Who should we go after next?
Let's get Marilyn Lemieux on here. Why not?
I could try.
How about somebody with a nipple ring?
I really don't know who that would be.
I don't know. Well, we could investigate that. There's definitely a way to find out who has nipple rings in the NHL.
Is that really something you want to investigate?
It's something I'd be curious about. I bet Ryan Malone has them.
No, probably. But I still want to get Rob Brown on the show. And I sent him an email, and I haven't heard back from him. Because we got to find out if Rob Brown really, we got to get to the bottom of the story. Did he ever date Alyssa Milano? Remember, that was a big rumor. when he was in the first tour of duty with Pittsburgh. Like
right.
When he was scoring all those goals and whatnot. Because, so hopefully maybe we can get Rob Brown on at some point. But is Ace reporter Jim Ivino still around?
I think he's back. I think he's been here. I didn't get to him.
Yeah, let's bring on Ace reporter Jim Ivino.
Jim.
Hey guys.
What's up, buddy?
Jim Ivino, what's up, buddy? Did you hear Matthew Barnaby?
Yeah, good job on the interview there, guys. You sound like actual real reporters and stuff. Good.
Yeah, see, we weren't striving for that. We were striving for his pals.
Well, okay. All right.
Yeah. But, yeah, we learned he likes Coors Light. Yeah. He would like to run over Lau Line with a car.
Yeah.
And what else did we learn? A lot of good stuff, I think. So.
Kovalev has the best hands he's ever seen.
Sure. And,
yeah.
So good times. Matthew Barnaby. I think we're going to name Matthew Barnaby our official LCS Hockey NHL spokesperson or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll be our favorite NHL player from now on.
I bet he's excited about that.
You know what I'm going to do? I got a, you know what? The whole Detroit Red Wings logo thing?
Yeah.
It's gonna go down for like a couple of days, and we're just going to have nothing but Matthew Barnaby logos.
Sweet. Yeah. Take that, Matt Diggs. Take that.
So Jim Ivino, you weren't on last week. We had the big sports contraption reunion, and that was a banner show as well. I don't know if you heard that, but that was tremendous.
A little bit.
Oh, by the way, Sean Leahy from the Going 5 hole there, he wanted to know how many times you had to change your underpants during that reunion show.
I did love that show. That was a great show. That's my dream come true, that sports contraption reunion show. But, so, Jim Ivino, what have you been up to? It's been a while.
Oh, just working. That's all I do.
Jim Ivino, tell us about how did your softball team appear on MSNBC?
Oh, yeah. Well, we're in the Media Softball League here in D.C., so they play all the other TV stations and television networks and newspapers and all that kind of stuff. And this year we took the championship, won it all. So one of the guys on our team is David Schuster, who is one of the main anchors for MSNBC. And so he was bragging about us on
Hello.
Got our picture on MSNBC. Got a little shout out. So,
well, that's cool.
I still haven't seen that picture. Now, did they arrange the photo by height?
Well, Jim's out front.
Yeah.
Hey, did any of you guys see the celebrity softball game on for the All-Star game?
No.
Oh, I saw a little bit of it.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of it, but I heard Chris Rock struck out twice.
Oh,
how do you strike out in softball?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, but.
Yeah. I mean, Whoopi even hit the ball. So.
Yeah. Oh wow, Whoopi. Yeah. Yeah. He didn't strike out once. He struck out twice in slow pitch softball.
That's unbelievable.
How do you come back from that? I don't think
I could see
if
like that Kat Fernandez chick was pitching the ball or something. But when it's Al Roker, you should be taking one deep.
And I'm just confused because the whole thing is all about like Kenny Mayne, and it's just like, when did Kenny Mayne become a?
I can't stand Kenny Mayne.
What don't you like about the Kenny Mayne?
Like Dancing with the Stars. Like he's Kenny Mayne's not as funny as Kenny Mayne thinks he is. In fact, I should have put him on my list.
Yeah.
Here he is. Yeah, we should say later on we're going to have the top 11 least funny people, and Kenny Mayne he might be making an appearance. We'll see.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe not, but I don't know. All right. So Jim, what else is going on, buddy? Nothing.
You know what I'm thinking? If Barnaby actually does get on ESPN, he'll probably go with John Buccigross. He's also a big LCS supporter. So we can have like a good in right there with ESPN.
I didn't know Buccigross was a good LCS supporter. Hello?
Yeah.
I noticed that the line went dead. No, I didn't. Buccigross knows LCS exists?
Yeah, he sent us a letter once. He loved it.
Oh,
Buccigross?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had talked to him at one point in time. That might be after your reign there, Deli.
Maybe I'll try and get Buccigross on the show, because he's a Pittsburgh boy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he grew up in, or he went to IUP or Mercy. I don't know, something like that. He went to.
All right, well, that's the next guy we'll try and get. We'll try and get Buccigross on the show.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
How can we never get anybody like Tom Cruise? How come we can't get Tom Cruise on this show?
I don't like Scientologists. But, so, yeah, Jim Ivino, if we get Bruce Ross on the show, I can tell him my story about how I saw Barry Melrose buying a hot dog in Hartford.
I don't know if I've heard that story.
Yeah, it's a beauty. I don't want to tell it again, but we'll save it. But, Jim, is there any news going on in the hockey world we should know about?
Oh, I don't know. There's not a whole lot going on right about now.
Should I hit the news?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hit
the news.
Yeah, it'll kill 8 seconds.
News on the mark. News on the mark.
That wacky blog talk.
Yeah, what was that? Twice. All right, anyway, I don't know, Jim, any big news going on? Because I really don't see any.
Yeah, no. Let's see.
Take your time.
As Jim peruses through Yahoo and TSN.com.
Yeah, I'm trying to jog my memory, but
Well, what's going on? Yeah,
the only thing, I guess, yeah, the whole Wrigley Field thing, they're going to have the Winter Classic there.
Yeah, who cares?
They're going to do that every year now.
Yeah, I think so.
Because that kind of ruins it.
Yeah.
Bust out once every 5 years or something. That'd be cool, but not every year.
Well, I still say they should play the All-Star game outside every year. Cause then that'll make the All-Star game relevant and solve everyone's problems. But hey, Jim Ivino, what about Nashville? What's going on in Nashville? Do you know that whole story?
Nope.
Because neither do I, and I was hoping you did. But apparently the whole sell of the team, Mario Lemieux's buddy Boots Del Baggio or whatever his name is, he doesn't have money at all. And I guess he was supposed to be one of the investors to buy the team and keep it there. And apparently Gary Bettman didn't even look into his financial records. He just took good old Boots' word that he had money. And now Boots doesn't have the money. So the whole Nashville situation is crazy.
Yeah, he didn't really have the money before when he tried to buy the Penguins. So.
Yeah, you think they would have caught on by now. But apparently what Bettman wanted was he wanted good old Boots there to buy the team and keep it in Nashville for like a year, let it fail financially, and then move it to Kansas City. See how that works?
Yeah, Kansas City does have that nice rink.
Yes, they do. The Sprint Center.
In it. Yeah.
Why does Kansas City want a hockey team so bad?
Because they don't have a baseball team.
But they do have a baseball team.
Oh, that's right. The Royals. I'm sorry.
It's the football team they don't have.
Hey, speaking of football, fantasy football, Jim Ivino, you signed up for the league?
Yeah, I'm in.
All right. So we should be.
We only got one spot left. So who's that going to?
It's Zippy's buddy he works with.
No, what happened to the Ed?
I haven't talked to the Ed. The Ed, if you're out there listening, call in and you can get in the fantasy league. But if you don't call in, then we'll have to give it to Zippy's buddy.
No. We had 2 Zippy buddies last year. Neither one of them showed up after the draft.
No. The one kid did. The one Zippy buddy did not, and the one Zippy buddy did. And the one Zippy buddy who did show up, because the one Zippy buddy made the playoffs and lost in the playoffs to Zippy, oddly enough. And then
what was his team?
The Homestead Hunkies, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, we're talking fantasy football a lot. I think the Ed will come on at some point and give us his football preview, so that'll be enlightening. And then we'll have our fantasy draft. We'll set the order on the show. It'll be great.
All right.
Other than that, I think we can close the hockey news because I think that's all the hockey news.
That's
so
it.
We got nothing.
We got a call, Mike Dell.
Uh-oh. Who's this?
It's out of the Detroit area.
Oh, no.
Yes. Matt Diggs.
Hello, LCS Hockey.
What's up, buddy?
Detroit Red Wing fan extraordinaire. What's up?
Yeah, well, as I told you in my email, Mike, I actually got some research done. I found a guy who has inside information, and I've got some NHL rumors to spring at you guys.
Now, do these NHL rumors involve the Detroit Red Wings at all?
It involves the whole league. One of them is the Red Wing rumor, yes.
I don't know how I feel about that, but all right, let's hear the rumors. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I can't reveal my source, but he is on the inside, and he talks to people who know stuff. So anyway, first rumor is Evgeny Malkin, as you know, was offered a huge contract to go play in Russia, $12 million a year tax-free, and he turned it down. and he signed with the Penguins, of course. But the rumor is that he's got an enemy in the Russian mafia, and that's why he didn't want to play in Russia.
Well, I think Jim Ivino has an enemy in the Russian mafia as well, don't you, Jim?
Just the regular mafia.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to make enemies. You don't want to make enemies with billionaires. That's not a good idea.
Yeah, I guess that is some news we missed. Radulov going to Russia, but they kind of suspended that contract, huh? They're looking to do it more.
There's like 6 contracts they're looking at.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Okay, I can tell you. Rumor number 2. That's the small one. Here's the medium one. The rumor is that the Detroit Red Wings hate Mike Babcock, and it took Nick Lidstrom to hold the team together after Babcock tried to call a Monday 10 a.m. practice the day after Easter.
Huh.
And Lidstrom went in and talked to Babcock and said, "No, make it an evening practice, or else you might lose the team or piss off a lot of players." And that's basically what happened. So Lidstrom came in and saved the day. But I think it's not surprising that a kind of a demanding coach like Babcock doesn't get liked. But good coaches don't get liked. I think nobody likes Scotty Bowman either. So.
Yeah, but the thing we learned here is the Red Wings love Easter. Really, would you get upset having a practice?
I think when you play an NHL season, I think any string of more than 3 days off is really welcomed, and they don't like to have to fly in from wherever they went to, Sunday night as opposed to Monday morning, right?
Don't mess with Zetterberg and his chocolate bunnies. He gets really upset.
Yes.
I once played hockey on Easter morning, and it was great. I loved it.
I think I sat in the car that day.
Jer, what's the best Easter you ever had, Jer?
I don't know. They all kind of blend together. Yada, yada, yada.
Did you ever have to dress up in like a pink bunny outfit?
I do that anyway.
All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, Matt Diggs. So those are the two media.
Okay, I got.
Rumor.
This is the big rumor. The big rumor. The NHL is shaking in their boots about the KHL, the new Russian professional league. And they're scared that these guys, and you can imagine, they were making money when oil was $30 a barrel. Oil's $125 right now, so, they're just raking in cash. They can sign an Evgeny Malkin every day if they felt like it. So the NHL is worried that they're going to lose a lot of their star power and have guys defecting over to Russia. And I think that this whole thing about Hossa signing with the Red Wings, it didn't make any sense to me. It still doesn't make any sense unless you throw this other wild card in there. Why would he turn down $49 million a year for 7 years? I'm sure he wants to win a Stanley Cup, but I think he also wants to make money. And I think he's going to play for the Red Wings, and he wants to have a great season with Detroit, be a major contributor on a Cup winner, ideally, and then he wants to play the whole world and see what the Russians come in and offer him for after he has a great year with Detroit. I think that's what's going on.
That's one theory. Here's another theory. Hossa's a jerk. That's another theory. I hate that guy. I just ruined everything.
I can see how people in your area are disappointed. I would be too, I think. Yeah, he wants to win the Cup. Yeah, he wants to make money. But I think that's what's going on. $7.4 million for one season is so strange unless you try to throw something else at it. And I think he's Slovakian. He's like half Russian anyway, right?
I don't know about that. But Jer, how do you feel about the Penguin playoff run now? Looking back on it, because every time you see the highlights now, you look at Hossa, and it just makes me sick.
Yeah, I mean, no, not really.
Really?
I'm still appreciative of the year they had because, face it, there was a possibility they weren't even going to be here this year. So this is all just gravy.
Yeah, but you can't really enjoy it when you're looking at the highlights and you see Hossa's, duplicitous mug right there on the screen.
Yeah, but people come and go. That's part of the new NHL. You got to accept it. I mean, there'll be a guy this year that'll be gone at the end of the season. So
who's that?
I don't know. They'll pick somebody up at the deadline, use them for 2 months, and then we'll see you later. It's just part of the way sports are nowadays.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Gaborik or Havlet, but they might actually be able to sign them because they got all these dudes on one-year contracts. So we'll see what happens. But I don't know. So Matt Diggs, any other big rumors you got there?
Those are the 3 big rumors. But the whole thing about the KHL, I got to believe there's there's a fair amount of truth. If they really want to have a big league over there, they've got the cash. They can build the big arenas. They can put out. I mean, they can sign a guy. You know, the Malkin deal was $12 million tax free. That's incredible. The NHL can't touch that. And if they do that to enough guys, you know, it's going to have an impact. It's, you know, the NHL will lose a fair amount of its top dollar players.
I think. Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
The other thing you got to worry about, though, is once you go over there, you're pretty much owned by those teams and those owners, and they can pretty much, you know, say and do with you what they want because they're all, as you said, connected to different organizations. I wouldn't go as far as say mafia, but the mafia. So, you know, you got to watch who you're dealing with because there's some shady guys over there who have a lot of money, and it might just be easier for them and their families to kind of be over here and get the money and live a good life and not have to worry about that kind of stuff. So,
I think the guys that league will get are the guys they're getting now, the guys on their way out who are trying to cash in, and maybe the young guys who aren't quite good enough to be a top-tier NHL star. They can take big money over there. Or you get a guy like Ray Emery or someone like that, you know, Robert Ashe. But I still think the cream of the crop will play in the NHL. That league will have to sustain itself for a good decade before anyone goes over there. You know, of actual like weight. I guess Yager going over there is a big deal though, but you know.
Yeah, Yager's a big deal. We'll see what happens. I think Jim's got a good point about, you know, once you go over there, you might stay over there. But on the other hand, you know, give it time. Maybe less than 10 years, and you know, like when you buy your subscription hockey on cable TV, it'll have like 2 channels that show the Russian league, you know, and then when somebody has a big season over there, it makes news over here, and then the NHL tries to recruit the guy back or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, whatever channel it's on, I'm sure more people get that than Versus.
Yeah.
Could be.
But we talked about it before, but the NHL wants to go global anyway. Is that what you're going to say, Jim? They want to.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You know, most sports leagues now are looking. They see the dollar a week against all the the euro and everything else. So everyone wants to expand over there and into China and all those kind of places. So I see it's just an extension of when the NHL and the other leagues are going to make that jump and form a European division and do it that way. And the KHL might be an inroad for them, but then again, they'll probably just want to do it themselves, and that's what they'll probably do is kind of just force everyone to just go along with them.
But who knows? It could be like the whole AFL, NFL thing, you know? You never know.
Yeah.
The big merger.
Yeah, except on a global basis, and it's pretty weird because there's like a 10-hour, 12-hour time zone difference going over there, so it's a different animal, and language barrier, cultural barrier, and we'll see what happens.
So Matt Diggs, what else is going on in Detroit these days? Anything we should know about?
Well, did you hear we signed Hossa?
I heard that somewhere.
I don't. By no means do I mean to rub it into all you Penguin fans, but I seriously, I really don't. But this is unbelievable how good the lineup looks for the Red Wings now. I mean. Before, I figured they had a decent opportunity to repeat his cup next year. I figured 45%. Now I'm saying there's 60% chance to repeat because Hossa and Stewart just.
Yeah.
But the Red Wings remind me of the 1985 Edmonton Oilers. You know, they're just stacked and they look like they're really solid to repeat.
So, in other words, they're going to have Steve Smith put a puck in off of Grant Fuhr's skate and lose in '86. Is that going to be it?
Well, that was '86. That's 2 seasons ahead. Then we can talk then. But it'll be interesting to see if they're as good as what they look like on paper. But
yeah, they're not. Don't worry.
Okay.
But I was going to say something about the Red Wings. Now I forget. That's a shame. But I just hope they have a good Easter because I'm really worried about them now. But their Easter's not going to be enjoyable if they have to practice the next day.
It made a big difference. They, they didn't come out after Easter like I was hoping, but they got over that.
Jim Ivino, any favorite Easter memories that you have?
Eating chocolate, tearing a bunny's head off. Oh, that's
Throwing snowballs at cars.
Wow, snow and Easter. Wow.
Well, we have that up here anyway.
Huh. Interesting. We had it once here, I think.
Yeah.
And, good time. But yeah, I'm trying to go back to Easter. I don't know. No good Easter memories for me, except for I played hockey once, and that was great. I loved it. Oh, and I guess Jesus came back or something, right? Is that what happened?
That's the rumor.
Yeah. We almost had the welcome back.
Hey, Jesus, you're back tournament.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Maybe next year we'll have to do it. But yeah, I don't know. So Matt Diggs, I hope you don't mind if we take down the Red Wing logos for like a day or two just to pay tribute to Matthew Barnaby.
Was he already on?
Well, yeah, he was already on. Yeah.
I apologize because I just got in. I guess I missed it. I'll have to listen to the replay. How was it? Good?
Yeah, it was beauty. And
that's great.
But I was disappointed though. He said Chris Chelios is a nice guy. He says he's a jerk on the ice, but off the ice he's a really nice guy, and I don't need to hear that. You know?
I eat in his restaurant down here in Dearborn, so.
Whoa.
He's Greek, so he knows how to run a restaurant, and it's a good restaurant.
Oh.
Shot.
Ouch.
There was one other thing I wanted to mention on the Red Wings, and this is, it's the truth really. If they have an Achilles heel next year, it's Osgood. If he gets hurt, they really don't have an experienced playoff goalie to come in. I mean, I like Howard and I like Conklin. I like them both, but between the two of them, they got 6 minutes of playoff experience. And Osgood did that twice. He did that in '99. He got hurt, and then as you probably recall, Patrick Roy came in and bounced the Red Wings out of the playoff that year. And in 2006, Osgood got hurt as a potential backup for Legacy, and they had nothing then, and they lost that series to Edmonton. But Osgood, I love him, but he has a little bit of an injury issue there, and if he gets injured, I don't know what they're going to do. So anyway, that's the Achilles heel of the Red Wings. So now you can tell your Matthew Barnabys and everybody to go run the goalies and stuff.
Hey, but Chelios, he's not coming back, right? He's done, correct?
We'll see, but it'd be amazing because they're just so they're incredibly deep on defense right now. They got 9 NHL defensemen without Chelios.
Yeah. Well, Matt Diggs, you depressed me again talking about the Red Wings.
Well, yeah, but somebody. I mean, you guys need an anti-Penguin, don't you? Or
not really.
A Red Wing fan to come in and piss you guys off so that you talk good, strong hockey.
Yeah.
Nah, we don't need it.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta say thanks to Jerry Farish. I took his word and I went and saw Iron Man, and it was a very cool movie. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that yet. Now, did you see The Dark Knight?
No, I didn't see. That's like the pre-Batman, isn't it?
No. No.
Not really.
Yeah, it's just a new Batman.
Just a broodier, darker version.
Yeah.
Iron Man was cool though. I thought they did a good job on that.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty good.
See that. Yeah,
I was impressed.
My nephews went and saw Space Chimps.
Oh no.
Yeah, I didn't go. They didn't take me, but yeah, they enjoyed it quite a bit.
Matt Diggs, how was Mamma Mia?
What's that about?
That's about Meryl Streep. You saw it. About the ABBA.
Apparently, it's a movie tribute to ABBA. Is that what it is, or
something like that? Meryl Streep. I don't know. There's like a one girl, three dads.
Yeah, it's like my
ABBA.
Three dads.
Yeah,
my
three dads. Yeah.
All right, ABBA. No, I'm not excited about a tribute to ABBA, but if you guys saw it, I'll listen to your review. And
no, don't go see Mamma Mia. No.
Run from Mamma Mia.
But you should go see The Dark Knight. Heath Ledger, he's really good. The movie itself.
Oh yeah, you guys were raving about that last week. That was The Dark Knight.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, I'll put that on the list. And I mean, you guys did good for me for Iron Man. I took your word, and that was a winner. So.
Well, whatever you do, don't watch Roseanne, because Jerry always talks about the Roseanne, but do not watch Roseanne.
What's wrong? Roseanne's classic TV. Matt Diggs, do you like Roseanne?
What is Roseanne? That's
Roseanne
an
Barr.
old show.
Yeah.
Oh, Roseanne Barr. No, I didn't really see too much of that, but you guys are big fans for 60s TV. I mean, I grew up on that stuff. I missed all my homework assignments watching 60s TV. So. Well,
Roseanne was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have seen that a little bit, but I don't know.
Do you own a TV set, Matt Diggs?
I do.
Right.
If it's on, it's either the Egghead channels or hockey. So, You know, I don't see too much network TV.
We should have you and Jim Ivino talk about TV sometime because you guys could really have a conversation.
Mike, you were raving about Chip Coffey. You know, he's.
Chip Coffey. Yeah. Did you watch Like a Kids?
Yeah, I like all the ghost stuff, all the metaphysical stuff, all the UFO stuff. I'm real big on that.
Yeah. Well, we've got to get Zippy back on the show for another Super Terrific Space Monkey Ghost Happy Hour. But yeah, it's Like a Kids and Chip Coffey. It's great.
Yeah, maybe they could bring back Lancelot Link and do the Lancelot Link.
Oh, Lancelot Link. Yeah, I love Lancelot Link. Yeah. Now Jim Ivino, cool. Speaking of the paranormal, Jim Ivino, like about a month ago, you promised us you were going to get that kid from Paranormal State on the show.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Oh, the Penn State guy.
Yeah.
What's Penn State. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, cheers to Penn State. You know, they got a fine TV show in their honor. So.
Yeah. And they're gonna have another one too. Some other show they're gonna make. I can't remember what it is.
Is it about ghosts and space monkeys and stuff?
No. Something similar though.
All right.
What's his name? Ryan, the Paranormal State. Ryan, somebody.
I don't know his last name, but his first name's Ryan, and he seems like a really cool guy, right, Jared?
Yeah, it's very cool. The pinnacle of cool.
He's from Carolina. He's probably not a hockey fan, but you know. So if you tell him you come on and talk on LCS hockey, you're going to have to explain. No, this is the TV part of the show.
Well, Jim Ivino, come on, let's get him on here.
I'm working.
Go. All right, we'll work on it. All right, Matt Diggs, thanks for calling in, buddy, and giving us the big hockey rumors and letting us know about Detroit, even though we hate Detroit very much. But
Well, you hate Detroit. I mean, aren't you just tickled inside that Mike Babcock and the players have a little bit of a adversarial relationship?
No, because they still won, so it doesn't do me any good. You know.
And Mike, I got one question for you.
Uh-huh.
What is your middle name?
It's Paul.
Oh, okay.
Are you alluding to the Mentor on the website?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I explained this once before, and people always ask me about it. Mentor is my wife's last name. So when we got married, I said, well, hey, I'll use your last name as my middle name on the website. And then when I wrote my book there, The Honest John Churchfield, I used Paul. So I usually tell people Mentor is my wife's name, and then Paul is my girlfriend's name.
So you use her last name as your middle name. Does she use your last name as her last name?
Yeah. She just made it official, actually. We've been married like 2.5 years, and she just, a couple weeks ago, made it official that she was always going by Mensordale. Now she's just Dale. So.
Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like you came out ahead in that deal, so.
Yeah, look at that.
Congratulations.
But, yeah, so, all right, Matt Diggs, we got to go to the big top 11. And,
all right, do your top 11, guys. Have a nice night. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Matt. Right, there he is, Matt Diggs, Detroit Red Wing fan. I lost a bet to him, so now we got to have Detroit Red Wing logos up all summer. Except I think we're going to have a Matthew Barnaby tribute.
We are definitely having a Matthew Barnaby tribute. Do you think it's possible the reason that Matt Diggs isn't so sure about Roseanne and television is? Do you think he just watches like games on loops, like just has old VHS tapes, just watching old games and? Oh, here's where Eisman, he picks up the third assist of the night right here. Yes! And then I could just see he eats at Chelios' restaurant. He's infatuated.
He loves the Red Wings.
Yeah, and he's very excited. Book it already. They won the Cup next year.
Something's going to go. No, Jim, I mean, something's going to go wrong with the Detroit Red Wings, right? I mean, we don't have to fear.
I mean, they're not going to repeat. No,
of course
not. What happens if they do?
I will be. Oh, I don't even want to think about it.
Well, whatever you do, don't make a bet with this guy because I'm sick of looking at the Red Wing logos all year. I'm very bored with it. It's been a very crappy summer so far.
Well, maybe I'll put up the Barnaby logos for like a week, and then I'll have new Red Wing logos. I'll come up with some new ones.
Why don't you just put Barnaby's face in a Red Wing jersey?
Hey, there's an idea.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, we never. You wanted to ask him about playing in Colorado and Detroit and the big rivalry. We forgot about that too, but.
Hey, I wanted to ask him. I wanted to see about Ted Nolan and Akashik, you know?
Yeah, we were going to get into that a little bit.
But yeah.
There's just so much left unanswered. We'll have to get Matthew back on the show. He's a great guy, though. He as soon as I emailed him, he's like, yeah, I'll do the show.
And we'll also ask him if he ever did any TV commercials for, like, car dealerships in Pittsburgh.
No, I think that's who we should get on the show, though, Colby Armstrong.
Oh. Or Max Talbot. Yeah,
but Colby would be a beauty, huh? Because he'd want to come by and talk to someone from Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah. Why wouldn't he?
All right.
Doesn't he live here?
Possibly. All right, so the guest list is growing by the second. John Bucci-Gross, and then Colby Armstrong.
And Rob Brown.
And that dude from the Paranormal State Show.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of which, there was another show I was saying that Penn State's going to have. They're going to have Crime Scene University.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's going to be on Discovery.
Crime Scene University, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Like CSU?
Kind of. It's going to be on.
Yes. Yeah, hypothetical ratio can be played at Penn State now. That'd be great. Joe Paterno, isn't he going to be the first case? Is that really going to be it?
Yeah, they're going to investigate to see if he's actually dead yet.
Oh, yeah. Terrible.
Yeah. Hey, and Deli, you'll be proud of me. I just got my new Netflix came in. It's going to be Citizen Kane.
Wow. You've never seen Citizen Kane?
I have not, so.
Well, it's only been 80 years.
Yeah.
It's good. Good selection there, Jim Ivino.
All right, there we go.
Yeah. Well, you can review Citizen Kane for us next week.
All right.
I love Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
Who the hell is ringing the doorbell?
Is this the beginning of Three's Company? What is going on?
Hold on one second. Carry on without me.
Wait, Jerry has a... Wait, this is exciting. Jerry has a guest at his apartment.
Yeah. Hold on.
Maybe it's Matthew Barnaby. Well, should we just keep talking, or?
I don't know.
Jim Ivino, who do you think's at Jerry's door?
I bet Nikki got locked out.
No, I think she's in the other room. So.
Oh. Why can't she get the door?
Exactly. This is baffling. Huh.
Hello?
Jer?
Hello?
Jer?
I think it might be kids.
Well, like kids hitting the doorbell and then running away?
Yeah, the ding and dash.
Oh, nice.
I think that's what we got going on right now.
They know you got the big radio show, and they're trying to monkey with it.
Yeah, maybe they want autographs.
Yeah, that could be.
That's a possibility.
All right. Anyway, time for the big top 11. Do you want to hit the music?
Yeah. Let me get back to the computer here.
No.
All right, I'm back. So we're doing top 11. What were you guys talking about me?
We were just trying to guess who would be at the door.
And?
Jim thought maybe it was your woman locked out of the apartment.
Oh, no. No, it wasn't her. All right, here we go. Top 11.
The numbers all go to 11.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
LCS Hockey Top 11.
All right, this week on the top 11, top 11 least funny people.
This was a tough list to trim to 11.
Yeah, we should mention our good buddy Brandon Damashek, cousin Brandon. He couldn't make it again this week. This is like 7 weeks in a row. He's belling on us.
Scared.
Yeah, he just knows that you heard the Neutral Milk Hotel, and you've got a lot of jokes ready to go. Because Brandon loves Neutral Milk Hotel. Yeah, I know, it's a band. I never heard of him either, don't worry. But Jerry's got a bunch of jokes lined up, and he's just not coming back. But Brandon, once again, he should be here next week. The reason he can't be here tonight, he has a date to see Dark Knight with a foxy broad. That's what he told me.
Yeah. Wonder what his name is.
But Brandon did send over his list of least funny people. So and I agreed with pretty much everyone on his list. So we were going to combine our list, but I just made a few alterations. But so basically, this is Brandon's list, and we'll read it now. And Jim Ivino, you will be acting as the judge for the 11 least funny people. Now, Jim, is there anyone you would like to nominate before we get started, who you think should be on the list?
Jerry said I already couldn't nominate him. So.
Yeah, Jerry is not eligible for the list.
Damn it.
But
so I'll actually go with the Kenny Mayne then, because
that's a solid choice, Kenny Mayne. Because what's not funny about Kenny Mayne is pretty well everything he does, but especially those NFL bits he does on NFL Countdown.
Yeah.
Not funny,
Oof.
Terrible. All right, Jared, do you have any honorable mentions before we get started?
I got another one.
Okay, go ahead.
Those two guys, those two brothers that do the thing on ESPN2.
Oh, the Scalar brothers.
Yeah. Oh.
What, the Wonder Twins?
Yeah.
I always picture Zippy as that one guy.
Form of a bucket of crap. Yeah, they're not funny either. And they do that bracketology segment. And
which they ripped off those.
yes, they did. All right, so Jer, any honorable mentions from you?
I have Martin Short. I have.
All right. I got to defend Martin Short though. But first of all, Three Amigos. Hello. You know,
that movie's brutal.
Oh, come on.
Ed Grimley, I hate that guy.
Yeah. Well, but what about Saturday Night Live? He was only on there. I know you said you didn't like the Ed Grimley, but what about that bit he does, the synchronized swimming? With,
That's all right.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Hey, you. I know you. I know you.
Yep. Harry Shearer and Christopher Guest in that one. That's a great bit. And then he also did that 60 Minutes interview where he's the guy, like he's sweating. He owns that Practical Joke place. Remember that? And
no, I don't remember that one.
Mike Wallace is interviewing him, and he's all nervous about it. And that was good stuff. And, yeah, Martin Short, he's done some good stuff. Three Amigos. How can you not like Three Amigos?
I don't know. It's overrated. I don't know.
Who was he on there? Was he Dusty Bottom, Lucky Day, and who is Martin Short? I can't remember. Jim? Anybody?
I don't know. So that was
lame ass.
But also, Martin Short, he's one of the best guests of all time on Letterman. You know, don't you think? Every time he comes on Letterman, first of all he calls Dave Pappy. I love that. That's always good stuff. Pappy.
But I'm never up at 11:30.
And then
by the time Martin Short comes on, it's 12:20. I'm not up.
He always does it. He always does a big song and dance number at the end. Like he just busts out the song and dance number, and he always has two hot broads doing it with him.
Remember when he was like that? He was doing that fat movie critic guy.
Yeah, Jiminy Glick.
That was terrible.
What about when he's on? He was on Curb Your Enthusiasm that one episode.
Yeah, he was trying to teach Larry how to do.
Yeah, Jiminy Glick. But that was a funny episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. You know.
I guess.
All right. So, yeah. All right. Martin Short. And who else do you got?
I got Drew Carey on the honorable mention.
Ah, well, I thought for sure he'd make your top 11 because you do nothing but make fun of Drew Carey.
I know, but nah. Ralphie May.
All right.
Like, all right, dude, I get it. You're fat. I got that joke. You don't have to keep pounding it into my head for 22 minutes.
The Ralphie May, for people who don't know, didn't he win the first season of Last Comic Standing?
I don't even know if he won.
He was just one of the contenders.
Yeah, he was the fattest one.
But the thing about Last Comic Standing is if you Google the LCS, sometimes Last Comic Standing comes up.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I don't like that at all. But,
that's a bad association.
Yeah.
And my last honorable mention, Gallagher.
Oh, Gallagher! Wow.
Like, okay, wow, you smashed a cantaloupe. Wonderful.
That's a very 1980s reference. Very good. Is Gallagher still performing? Or?
I would imagine.
There's still watermelons, right?
Yeah, there's still watermelons, so there's still Gallagher.
All right. Well, Brandon on his honorable mentions list, he had a couple, but we moved the list around. But the only guy left here on the honorable mentions is that kid from the McDonald's commercial who's sitting at the table eating McNuggets and starts doing that weird sun-shining thing with his neck that kind of resembles dancing.
I have no idea.
No, he's not eating McNuggets. I thought he was eating like one of the little apples that they give you with caramel sauce to make it healthy.
Oh, maybe.
He's dipping apples into like thick, sugary caramel. Yeah.
But he's like dancing to this song. He comes out with a boombox, and it's like, do you know that song, Jim? What it's called?
I don't know what the song is, but yeah, I know that commercial.
They play it all the time now at sporting arenas. Like, turn to your left, turn to your. You know that song, Jerry?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, yeah. Well, you're not missing anything. But so anyway, Brandon would like to nominate that kid as not funny.
All right. I have no idea. I eat a lot of McDonald's, and I have no idea about this kid.
All right, we'll look into him. All right, Jer, number 11, who you got?
Number 11, another Three Amigo alum. I got Steve Martin.
Oh, what? Steve Martin. Steve Martin. He's another one of the all-time great Letterman guests. Steve Martin. Every time he comes, he comes prepared with a bit. You know. I'm
not basing this list on Letterman guests because I don't watch Letterman. I'm not up that late. I go to bed at like 9:30.
But Steve Martin, he was in The Jerk. The Jerk has to be one of the top 5 funniest movies of all time.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Great.
It's all right.
His dog.
Wow.
Yeah, his dog. Well, his name was Nevin R. Johnson, right? Was that his name?
Yeah.
And his dog was Sunshine Face?
Head.
Oh, I thought it was Face. All right.
No.
All right. Anyway, so Jared, what? He was in so many other good movies too. The Lonely Guy. That was a good movie.
Roxanne.
The Man with Two Brains. Roxanne was a good movie. Come on.
No, Steve Martin is terrible. I can't. I don't like Steve Martin. I'm not a fan.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, all the Saturday Night Live stuff. The Wild and Crazy Boy, the brothers there, the Czech brothers.
Yeah, that's annoying. There's nothing. I don't like Steve Martin movies. I like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, but it's more John Candy in that movie.
So you can't think of one Steve Martin movie you like?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
But besides that?
Nah, I got nothing. I got nothing with Steve Martin.
Interesting. How about on The Office when Steve Carell, when he makes that film about Scranton, Dunder Mifflin, at the end he has his two comedic heroes, Robin Williams and Steve Martin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't he show them real quick? And he's like, "Great Scott," remember?
Great Scott, yeah.
Hey, well, I'm shocked at Steve Martin. Yeah, I like the Steve Martin, I think. You know.
Nah. Who's Brandon got at number 11?
Well, here's the thing. I counted wrong. Brandon actually had more than 11. So I guess I guess he's got 2 honorable mentions. So another honorable mention would be, oh, you know what? I'll cut any actor on Family Matters. That's another honorable mention.
Oh, Family. Okay.
So that would be like Steve Urkel.
He went for the ensemble choice there. Okay.
Yeah, any actor on Family Matters. He just didn't think it was funny. But I have a soft spot in my heart for Family Matters because, as we all know, it was a spinoff from Perfect Strangers.
That is true.
And I love the Perfect Strangers. All right, so number 11, Brandon would have Tim Allen.
Ooh.
Tim Allen. That's a beauty there because Tim Allen is he's not funny at all.
Now, here's what I think. I bet Jerry likes Tim Allen's full-time show there, right?
I have Tim Allen so much higher up on my list.
Oh, nice. Wow. All right, well, we'll talk about Tim Allen then when we get to him on your list. All right,
yeah.
Number 10, Jerry.
Seth Rogen.
Oh, that's a good one.
I hate this kid. You know, the Superbad and the Knocked Up and the, what was the other one? The 40-Year-Old Virgin. I can't take this guy. Like, who's now he's in that new Kevin Smith movie. I might not go see it now because he's in it. As big of a fan of Kevin Smith as I am, I might not go see this.
That's not that Pineapple Express, is it? Or is that...
No, it's called Miri and Someone Make a Porno.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Seth Rogen. Yeah, I don't like Seth Rogen either. Knocked Up is one of the. Is probably is it the most overrated movie ever? At least in the last 10 years, I'd say.
Well, maybe the second.
Oh, no, watch yourself. That's a veiled reference to No Country for Old Men, and I do not appreciate it. But Knocked Up is just terrible.
I hate that movie. I hate that Judd Apatow or a Pow.
Well, 40-Year-Old Virgin was great. That's a great movie.
Okay, that's it though.
But apparently, when I was researching this list, because I wanted to see least funny people, so I googled that, and I guess Entertainment Weekly came out with their 25 funniest people. And their number 1 was Judd Apatow and his posse. And
no.
Seth Rogen and the chubby kid. What's that kid?
Jonah Hill.
Yeah, Jonah Hill. And, so Judd Apatow and his posse, number 1.
Ooh, look out. Hollywood big time.
Yeah, Seth Rogen. I don't like him.
No.
Jim Ivino, any thoughts on the Seth Rogen?
No, I don't really know who this guy is.
Yeah, that's what I figured. All right, number 10 on Brandon's list, Jim Belushi.
Oh, yeah, I got him up on my list, too.
Wow, look at that. Well, according to Jim, whenever you want to make a good joke about a bad sitcom, just use according to Jim, and it works every time.
Yeah.
And of course, I think there could also be some hidden meaning here in Brandon's selection, because if you listen to the Contraption Reunion show, you know that David Feeney penned a particular poem about Brandon's wife. And,
Twice She Said?
Twice She Said, or The Night I Banged Brandon's Wife. And David Feeney writes for According to Jim. So it might be a valid shot there, David Feeney as well. But, yeah, Jim Belushi, not funny.
No.
Wasn't he? Do you remember that movie he was in? It was in the 80s with John Ritter.
Brothers 2000?
No. he was in a movie with John Ritter. Do you remember this?
No. Well, is there more to it, or?
Like he was the spy, and he had to protect John Ritter, I think. Does that sound familiar at all?
Not really.
Huh. I'll IMDb it up while you talk about your number 9 there.
Okay. Coming in number 9, I got Tracy Ullman. like, how many shows is HBO going to give this girl before, you know, like, hey, you know what, your 900 characters, there's not one joke in there. Like,
Yeah.
It's time to wrap it up and go away, Tracy Ullman. I don't get anything that she does. I've never even smiled. The only time I smiled is, like, you know, when the credits roll.
I remember when she came on, she had the Fox show way back in the day, you know?
Yeah, where the Simpsons were born.
Yeah, that started The Simpsons. And I remember back then when I was a kid, I was like 10 or 11 or whatever, I just think, she's kind of funny, I guess, because all these adults were telling me she's funny, you know?
Yeah.
And then you get older and you're like, yeah, she's not funny at all, you know?
Right.
You know who she reminds me of is Lily Tomlin, you know? Everyone, when we were little kids, everyone said, oh, Lily Tomlin, what a great comedic actress. Have you ever known Lily Tomlin to say anything funny?
Not really.
Yeah.
She was
If you
on
were
that.
drugs, if you were on drugs, then it was probably funny.
Maybe. But, you know what's really funny, though, Lily Tomlin? She was in that movie, I Heart Huckabees.
Yeah.
And apparently she hated the director, and the director hated her. And if you YouTube it up, just Google Lily Tomlin and I Heart Huckabees, and like they have outtakes of the movie, and she is just swearing at the director and cursing up a storm, and then he runs into the set and like just screaming at her. Oh, it's great.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely check that out if you get a chance.
That sounds good.
So yeah, I take it back. Lily Tomlin was in a funny movie once. All right, at number 9, Brandon's got Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, man.
Ellen. Well, you guys have the same list, apparently.
No, I like Ellen.
Oh, all right. Well, well, then defend your girl.
As far as stand-up comedians go, Ellen is hilarious.
See,
you know, I don't know. I don't watch the talk show, and I didn't watch the sitcom, but stand-up-wise, awesome.
Yeah, see, back in the day when she first started, I remember I saw her first time on The Tonight Show. Like, I was actually watching that when she made her debut on TV, and she was funny, I thought, back then, you know. But her talk show, not so good. Like, did you see when she was crying about that dog?
Yeah.
Like, that's it. I couldn't watch it anymore. That's it. I'm done. Enough. Over.
Yeah,
put that aside, though, and put that aside, but like her show, she had some funny bits on there. So
wow. So Jim, you watch Ellen DeGeneres?
Well, it was on our station like right before news, so we always had to put it on, you know, watch the news.
Give us an example of a funny bit that she has.
She did sort of like some Letterman type stuff with like, you know, calling people, just talking to them and everything on the phone, and just like getting people to like stupid stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. She's got a little Letterman-esque.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I like Ellen.
Huh. Speaking of Letterman, one of his all-time favorite guests was at our station today.
Who was that? Charles Grodin?
Richard?
Charles Nelson Riley? Richard Simmons?
Oh, wow. So did you get to meet Richard Simmons?
I didn't know. He left before I got down there. So.
Oh, so you didn't see him at all?
No, but he was on
I was going to ask you, was he all greased up? Was he all
Yeah. Well, apparently, he was wearing a good sequined Capitol building wife beater shirt and shorts, of course, and he had lots of diamonds sparkling all over his shirt, and his hair still like the same big hair, but apparently people said that he spray painted like his head like the same color as his hair, so it makes it look like it's fuller. Old. Yeah.
I know that trick.
But,
it don't work.
Yeah.
Wow. So did anyone have anything to say about Richard Simmons? Like, who met him? Did they say he was a great guy? Or?
Yeah. A couple of people like went down and got pictures taken with him, I guess, and he like jumped up and came right over to him and was like, "Hey!" You know, so.
Did anybody sweat to the oldies while he was there?
No.
How about maybe deal a meal or something?
All right. Well, I'm on the old IMDb and I'm looking up Jim Belushi, and he was in The Man with One Red Shoe. So that's nice. And he was also in a movie called let's see, the Best Legs in the 8th Grade.
Whoa.
I don't know what that is.
That sounds
but
good.
In 1987, and this is the same year that The Principal came out. So this was at the peak of his career.
I saw that movie. Yeah.
He was in a movie called Real Men with John Ritter.
That kind of sounds familiar. Yeah.
A woman. Here's the plot: a womanizing CIA agent and an insecure insurance agent are paired together to make sure a deal goes through with aliens for the future of mankind. Wow, I don't even remember aliens being involved. So I'd probably love it then. So yeah, there you go, Real Men.
Wow.
Yeah.
But wasn't he in Red Heat? Wasn't he in that? With
Red
Arnold
Heat?
Schwarzenegger?
That sounds familiar.
Maybe he was...
Yeah, Red Heat, 1988. Yeah, he played Detective Sergeant Art Ridzik.
I think
Very
I went
good.
to the movies to see that.
Wow.
For
I think
Schwarzenegger.
I think my buddy and I rented that movie. That's when it was cool to rent movies, you know?
Yeah.
We were like 13 or something, 12, and yeah, well, I guess I could do the math, and we were 13. But yeah, so we rented Red Heat, and it was dynamite.
You know, I remember when we first got a VCR, the first two movies we rented were Spaceballs and RoboCop. It was a great night that night.
That is a double feature right there. Double feature of the gods. All right, what number are we on? Brandon just did Ellen DeGeneres at number 9.
Yeah, I'm on number 8.
Okay.
Okay, so coming in at number 8, I go in on a comic relief run right here. Robin Williams.
All right, yeah. Yeah, Brandon also has, Brandon and I have Robin Williams up a little higher on our list. So, but if we were doing a theme, we might as well talk about him now, because apparently you're working towards something comic relief-wise. So.
A little bit.
Now, I used to like Robin Williams when he was on Mork and Mindy, you know?
I just can't take the manicness.
Yes.
Like, I can't understand what you're saying. Your jokes aren't funny to me because they're inaudible.
All he does is just talk as fast as he can and and he just does as many stupid things as he can, and he hopes someone laughs.
Yes. Now, do you know when Robin Williams was funny? I liked when Jimmy Fallon did him on Saturday Night Live on Celebrity Jeopardy.
Yeah.
What
about a good Robin Williams movie? How about the Survivors? You remember that one? Walter Matthau and Robin Williams?
No.
All right. Yeah, look into that.
But he was great in Good Will Hunting. Why?
That's true.
Wasn't funny.
Yeah, he was kind of serious.
Didn't tell a joke.
But then he goes the other way, and he tries to be too serious, and he's just mocking.
Yeah. He gets all popping on preach on me. Yeah.
So Robin Williams. Also, one of my comedic heroes is Andy Kaufman. And for one of Andy Kaufman's concerts in New York, Robin Williams sat on the side of the stage dressed up as an old lady, and Andy Kaufman told everyone it was his grandmother.
Ugh.
And so, I don't know.
You should love Robin Williams.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I hate Robin Williams very much. Jim Ivino, how do you feel about the Robin Williams?
Not a big fan.
Oh, I have a good story. Our buddy Todd Teacher, who LCS readers may remember, has Captain Justice. One night, I got a call at like 3 in the morning, and Todd's like, "Hey, can you come pick me up?" And I'm like, "Dude, where are you?" He's like, "I'm outside of Kogo's, which is like a little, 7-Eleven kind of place." And I'm like, "Well, what's going on, dude?" And he's like, I need a ride because my buddy just got arrested. So apparently he was with a buddy, and the kid tried to steal Slim Jims out of the Kogo's.
Uh-huh.
And the cops got him, and here the kid, I don't know, he wasn't on his medication or something. He's going a little loopy, and so they had to take him to the hospital. So Todd was like, "Can you take me to the hospital, so we can check on him?" So we drove up to the hospital, and he asked if his friend's there, and she's like, "Yeah, he's still back in the emergency room there." So we have to sit and wait, and Todd goes up to the door where it's locked, and he starts pounding on it. He goes, "I'm Patch Adams, damn it, let me in." Good stuff. All right, anyway, that story right there is funnier than anything Robin Williams has ever done. All right, number 8 on Brandon's list, Jerry, you mentioned him earlier, Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, Jimmy Fallon. He hates Jimmy Fallon, huh?
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon, he was kind of funny for like a little bit on Saturday Night Live, right?
Yeah, he had his 15 minutes and it burned out fast. And now he's just sitting around waiting to take over for Conan.
Yeah, where'd that come from? That he's going to take? I mean, that just came out of the blue, right?
I've known about this for about a month or so.
Yeah, I knew about it too, but I mean, like it just seemed like so bizarre. Jimmy Fallon taking over for Conan.
Well, I guess Lorne Michaels, they say, is the executive producer on Late Night, so hey, probably get him on the cheap.
Because what's Jimmy Fallon been doing?
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing at all.
Jim, see if you can get Jimmy Fallon on the show.
But
what would be Jimmy Fallon's bet? Well, he's doing podcasts apparently. He's practicing his interviewing skills. What was Jimmy Fallon's best bit Well, you said the Robin Williams on Celebrity Jeopardy.
That was good.
You know what else was good on Celebrity Jeopardy? He did French Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
That was really good.
And he also did Adam Sandler, which was really good.
Yeah. He got a little overboard with singing the damn songs all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we get it that you can sing songs, but it's not that good. Oh, you know what else I really enjoyed? He and Drew Barrymore did the White Stripes one time. Do you remember that?
No.
They did the White Stripes if they're like superheroes, like an old Batman show kind of ripoff, and like he was playing like Seven Nation Army, and it was real funny. It's good stuff. Google that up.
What about Noma?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Noma. Yeah. I don't even know what was that kid's name. I don't even know.
He was like O'Donnelly.
Solly or something.
Yeah, I think his name was Solly.
Dazoo, Rachel Dratch.
Yeah.
From Boston. And Noma. Yeah. See, Fallon was funny back then. But,
I like Jimmy Fallon for what he was then.
All right, number 7, Jer.
Whoopi Goldberg. Hello. Whoopi.
Yeah. Now, Whoopi, this is another like Lily Tomlin, Tracy Ullman kind of thing. She's a comedian, but I've never once heard her say anything funny.
No, they claim that she's they claim she's a comedian, but like you said, not one joke uttered. Like I've never watched her on The View. She's on The View now, I guess, but I'm gonna guess no jokes.
Yeah,
no laughs.
I hate to admit this, but I've seen her on The View.
Ooh.
And I know. And she seems like a nice person, a lovely person, like really smart and just knows what's going on. But once again, not one thing I've ever heard her say funny.
No, hold on 1 second. You just bagged on Jim Iovino for watching Ellen. You watched The View, which is 4 times as worse.
I don't like go out of my way to watch it, but I wake up a lot of times at 9 a.m. And you turn the TV on in bed, and they're on my TV machine.
Oh, so you have the last TV in the country that doesn't have a remote. Oh, my bad.
I love The View. All right, leave me alone.
All right, that's what we were driving at right there. All right, okay.
So what are we up to, number 7?
Yes.
I got to count on the list here. Robert Klein.
Oh, that's a good pick. I thought about him.
Robert Klein is terrible.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, once again growing up, I think he had one of the first comedy specials on HBO. Like, it was real early on. And I remember everyone thinking he was so funny. Like, he did this bit where he couldn't feel his leg or something. Do you remember that?
Ugh. I can't stand Robert Klein. I almost thought about putting him on the list, but I'm like, he's so irrelevant now.
Yeah.
Like, would anybody even know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's why I was impressed when I saw Brandon had him on the list. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's golden. Yeah, Robert Klein, just terrible. Jim Iovino, do you know who Robert Klein is?
I do, and I'm trying to think if I've ever laughed at anything that don't. No, I can't say that.
No, you didn't.
No.
Yeah, he's just not funny. You know who else along those lines is David Sandberg? Is that right? Do you remember him? Like, he was a comedian, right? He was real popular right around the time Robert Klein was. And,
yeah.
Neither of them, not funny. So, all right, number 6.
I got Billy Crystal.
Yeah, the comedy relief trifecta right there.
No doubt. That has to be the worst ensemble hosting crew you could ever line up. Like, if you want to sell comedy, those are about the 3 worst people you want to get together.
They still do comedy relief?
No, they haven't done that for like 20 years, 15 years.
Wow. Well, Billy Crystal, once again, I think he was funny in the old days on Saturday Night Live and Soap, like around that era. But I don't know. I can't think of a good movie. Well, Harry Met Sally, did you ever see that?
I never saw that.
Yeah. But
it's okay in that.
It wasn't like, like laugh out loud.
City Slickers?
Yeah, I think right around City Slickers is the time when he really just got unbearable because he got so popular, and it was just like, I just can't take it anymore.
And
he was funny at like when he tried to swing at a major league pitch. Oh man, that was fun.
Well, the funny thing is he at least hit a foul ball. Who was that? Tom Gorzolani?
Yeah, it was either him or Mahomes.
Yeah, it was a lefty. I can't remember who, but yeah, he actually pulled one foul down the line there, almost a double. So I mean, it is the Pirates. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's the Pirates though. It's not a major.
Yeah, Billy Crystal, My Giant. Nice. That's a great one. What are some other great Billy Crystal movies? City Slickers 2. The Search for Curly's Gold.
This is Spinal Tap.
Well, that's a great movie. Well,
yeah, it is.
He wasn't in that, though, was he?
Yeah, he plays a mime.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, see, I don't think that would count. Yeah.
No, he's in it for 12 seconds. But
yeah, I'm trying to think what Billy Crystal. Oh, well, he was in The Princess Bride, right? He had like a little bit part.
yeah, he's in that. But yeah, once again, he's not a major contributor to that movie. Yeah, he's got nothing. Forget Paris.
Yeah. Is that when he was the NBA referee?
Yeah. Throw Mama from the Train. Mr. Saturday Night, you remember that movie?
I never watched it, but yeah, I love it.
It's terrible. But yeah, Billy Crystal, no good. Sorry.
All right, number 6, is that what we're up to?
Yeah.
All right, Brandon has, to quote Brandon, all of those blue-collar comedy sunshine.
Yeah! That's a nice pick right there.
Yeah, that would be like Larry the Cable Douche, and what are some of the other guys on there?
Ron.
Salad guy.
Tater salad. Or
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that guy's name either. There's a Ron somebody. They're all just retards. I can't stand that. Get her done.
Jeff Foxworthy, is he on that crew?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. That's a good pick right there. I forgot all about them idiots. So that's props to Brandon.
All right, number 5, Jerry.
I got, when I was making this list, I was like, man, I feel bad because I know it's Dave's buddy and all, but now I hear Brandon has him on the list. I got Jim Belushi.
Yeah, Jim Belushi isn't Dave's buddy, but he's Dave's buddy's buddy, I guess, or employer. So.
Well, Dave said he was at, Jim Belushi came over his house last Tuesday to watch the All-Star game.
No, David Feeney did.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't think Belushi did. That'd be
really
crazy.
It really sounded like he said Jim Belushi. Yeah, he stopped by last night and watched the All-Star game.
No, he was referring to David Feeney because I think I said he writes for Jim. I'll check the tape.
All right.
But if Jim Belushi was at Damashek's house, he'll never hear the end of it. I can tell you that right now. But Jim Belushi, good Lord. Yeah. So.
Yeah, because I think it was right around the time you kept making the according to Jim. You're like, oh, I always feel bad about making it, but I make it. And you're like, yeah, it's all right. He's a good guy.
Well, it's just because I know his buddy writes for him, But no, we've already talked about the Jim Belushi. What would you like to add to the mix?
Nothing. I don't even want to say. I was going to make a joke, but I'm not even going to say nothing. Let's just move on with Jim Belushi.
All right. Well, I still got his page up here on Internet Movie Database, so we could look at he was an Underdog. The movie. I didn't know that.
The new one?
Yeah. Let's see. He was in K9, of course.
That's terrible. Trying to cash in on the Turner and Hooch crowd.
Yeah, that's funny how they both come out at the same time,
Yeah.
Now, are you sure K9 came out after Turner and Hooch?
No.
All right. Apparently he was in The Tick. 1996.
Really?
He was in an episode of The Tick. He was Mr. Fleener.
Oh, God. He
was in Mighty Ducks. I did not know that.
The Mighty Ducks.
I never saw Mighty Ducks. I don't know.
Well, that says that was the cartoon. He was a voice.
Oh, okay. He was also in Pinky and the Brain. That hurts me because I like Pinky and the Brain. He did voices.
The Brain.
Canadian Bacon. Ooh, that's very good.
That was John Candy's last movie.
Oh, he was also in Duckman. So there you go. That was a great movie. Remember Jason Alexander? Duckman. He wanted to have that little. That was great. Trying to think what other else you got here. Yeah, not too much. I already said Man with One Red Shoe. Curly Sue. Oh yeah, Curly Sue.
I remember that movie.
So he's in some beauties. All right. Well, moving on. Number 5, Brandon has Chris Berman. And I think this could include all ESPN people. So I think Kenny Mayne could fall in here. Let's just go with all ESPN people.
Except for John Buccigross.
Oh, yeah, except for Buccigross. Buccigross is cool, and Melrose is cool. And if Barnaby gets the gig at ESPN, he'll be cool. But, yeah, so, but everyone else on ESPN is just not funny at all,
Nah.
Well, I don't know. I kind of like the Baseball Tonight guys. I like them a little bit. Well, at least the main guys, Ravitch, Steve Phillips.
Buster, is he on there?
Yeah, I like Buster Olney. And, Tim Kirchin's my boy. I really like Tim Kirchin. Jim Ivino, try and get Tim Kirchin on the show.
I like Tim Kirchin. He's a big fan of Diet Mountain Dew.
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim Kirchin just seems like a really cool guy. So, Jim, see what you can do.
All right.
Are You're writing this down? Tim Kirchner, we want him on the show. All right. Yeah, who else on the... Oh, Stuart Scott, not funny. You know. Now, Jim, you like the Scott Van Pelt, huh?
Like is a strong word. He's all right. He's a little better than the other guys.
Yeah,
it's only because I've heard some good things about him. He's a cool guy.
All right, but I like Brian Kenny. Jerry, you hate the Brian Kenny though.
I hate Brian Kenny.
But the important thing is what was that, Jim?
Well, who's the guy who does the fill thine horn with oil, and what does that mean?
I've never heard that.
It's on Baseball Tonight. It's like the backup guy on Baseball Tonight. He's on there. If they hit a home run, he goes, "Fill thine horn with oil," and I have no idea what that means.
Fill my horn with oil?
Yeah.
That sounds slightly gay.
Yeah, I thought you were saying still buying porn with oil, and I was like, what does that even mean? I don't know what it means, but I like it. I don't know, but yeah. So, but the important thing is Chris Berman not funny.
No, but I wouldn't consider him for a list like this.
No.
Oh, wow, really? Coming down hard on it.
Yeah, but he's a sports guy. He's not a comedic.
Yeah, but he tries to be funny. He's a sports guy.
I understand. Do
I need to hear another nickname? Really?
That could be. That could be a whole top 11 list in itself. Sports guys who try to be funny.
Like Jim, here's mud in your eye, vino.
How about remember Dave Letterman? I talked about this before when we did the ESPN tournament thing we were doing. We were making fun of everybody, but Dave Letterman did a top 11 Chris Berman nicknames. Or for Chris Berman, And my favorite was Chris Rats, Mice, and Other Berman. that was great. All right. Anyway, so Chris Berman, number 5. Number 4, Jerry.
I got Jay Leno.
Ooh, well, we'll talk about him a little later.
Okay.
Brandon's number 4. This generation's Robin Williams. Dane Cook.
Coming in at number 3 on my list, Dane Cook.
He's just terrible.
I can't stand this guy. Why is HBO giving him his own series and the big comedy
his own
special?
series?
Yeah, he had a Torgasm, it was called. I called it Borgasm, but it was like him and, them on tour, kind of like what Patton Oswalt and all them did. They sit on the bus, they film this, show a little bit of the concert.
Yeah, but Patton Oswalt's cool. And
yeah.
What didn't he do that with Brian Posehn or whatever that guy's name?
Brian Posen, yeah.
Posen, yeah, he's cool too. But what's this guy's name? Oh yeah, Dane Cook. Who was he on tour with?
I don't even remember. I only watched half an episode. I'm like, this guy is terrible. I haven't heard a single funny thing come out of his mouth. He loves himself. He's the best looking guy, and he thinks he knows it. You know what I mean? He's one of them kind of dudes. Nobody loves Dane Cook more than Dane Cook.
Jim Ivino, Dane Cook, yay or nay?
Nay. No.
Yeah.
One of my friends tried to like him, and she's like, "Oh, he's so funny." A little stuff, and then 5 minutes, I'm like, all right, I'm done. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think I summed it up best when I said this generation's Robin Williams. All he does is just talk and make goofy noises and sounds and jump around, and he thinks he's cool, and he's not funny at all,
How was Employee of the Month?
Yeah.
How was Good Luck Chuck?
Yeah, but he got to hang around with Jessica Alba,
That is true.
That hurts. All right, anyway, so you're number 3, Dane Cook. Brandon and our number 3, let's see, it's last generation's Dane Cook, Robin Williams. Robin Williams. Yeah, we've already talked a lot about Robin Williams. And Brandon also wanted to mention Billy Crystal and Whoopi Goldberg here as well, the whole comedic relief hat trick there. So, yeah, I think we've already touched on him. But Robin Williams, anything else we can add about Robin Williams? Jim Ivino, did you like Mork and Mindy?
Yeah, I like Mork and Mindy.
Yeah, that was good, Mork and Mindy. And a lot of people don't know this, but Mork and Mindy was a spinoff from Happy Days.
Yes, I did know that.
Yeah.
And one thing I like about Robin Williams when he's up there ranting and raving and prancing around on the stage and he gets all sweaty, at least he's not hairy. So that's one good thing. You don't have to see that big matted mess of sweat and ranting going on for an hour and you have no idea what's going on. It's like the Tasmanian devil with run-on sentences.
Oh, very good. All right, number 2, Jer.
I got Kelsey Grammer.
Oh, come on.
I hate Frasier, and I can't. There's something about. I would love to beat up Kelsey Grammer.
I want to defend Kelsey Grammer because obviously he was on Cheers, one of my all-time favorite shows, and then even his show was great for the first 3 seasons, and then it got terrible. But yeah, Kelsey Grammer. You didn't like him as the Beast in X-Men 3?
No, come on. X-Men 3 was terrible. I hated that movie.
Yeah, it was a bad movie. But I thought the best part of the movie, though, was Kelsey Grammer as the Beast.
No, the Beast. The Beast is stupid. Kelsey Grammer's stupid. I don't like
him.
You
don't even like him as a singer? Come on, sing a song for everyone. Come on.
Hey, baby, I hear the blues is calling. Tossed salads and scrambled eggs. But,
Now, do you think... Well, let me ask you this. Frasier came out, and he sings that little theme song there at the end of the show, Tossed Salads and Scrambled Eggs.
Yeah.
And then maybe a year or two later, HBO had that prison documentary. And do you know where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
And basically the term tossed salad came to mean something very different.
Right.
So then every week after that, Kelsey Grammer is still singing about tossed salads and scrambled eggs. So do you think he was regretting that at all?
Probably not, because I'm sure he was picking up a nice buck for he probably wrote that little ditty and collecting royalties every time they play it.
But every time I hear that song, I just think of that prison documentary. And hey,
yeah, well, it's fitting. That's all I'm gonna say.
But Kelsey Grammer, he seems like a nice guy, though, doesn't he? Off the set, he seems like a nice guy.
Didn't he just have another show? It was on. I don't know if it was on Fox or whatnot. But it was him as a TV guy in.
Yeah, it's still going on. I tried to watch the first. It's called Back to You, I think.
Yeah.
And he's on it with Patricia Heaton from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh.
Who the Ed thinks is a smoking hot mama, right? Didn't the Ed say he liked that lady from...
Yeah.
So, but I tried to watch it once, and it was just god-awful. Terrible rating and whatnot. So, yeah, I don't know. But Kelsey Grammer, I don't know. He seems like a good guy to me. I don't know.
Well, it has nothing to do with good guy. He's just not funny. I just can't stand Frasier, and that's about the only thing he ever does.
But on Cheers, you didn't think he's well, you hate Cheers.
I hate Cheers.
Jim Iovino, defend Frasier Crane on Cheers.
Yeah, I mean, Frasier Crane is such a great character.
I'll tell you, honestly, Frasier Crane is one of the key reasons I hate Cheers.
Well, one of the cool things about Frasier Crane on his debut on Cheers, once again, he was dating Diane. Diane went away to the mental hospital there to relax, and she met Frasier, and they started dating. And she came back to the bar to try and get Sam off the bottle, because after they broke up, he started drinking. And she went to the old loony bin there. And when she comes back into the bar, she's like, Sam, will you, see a doctor for me and, help get... And he goes, all right, maybe if you bring him in here, I'll see him. And Frasier's already in the bar, and he says, well, hi, Sam, and he introduced... But if you watch that episode, you can see Kelsey Grammer, earlier on, just standing there. And I thought it was great.
All right.
And he was banging Lilith, so,
What's that?
I said he was banging Lilith, so that was good, too.
Oh, yeah, Baby Newirth. Ooh.
Yeah.
I caramba.
Baby Newirth's hot.
All right.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Cousin Brandon has, and I agree with him wholeheartedly, Adam Sandler.
No!
Yeah, Adam Sandler is so dumb, dude.
No. I love Adam Sandler.
He is terrible. Billy Madison was kind of funny, and Happy Gilmore, and then it's been downhill ever since.
I don't know. His CDs are good too. I don't know if you ever heard.
Don't mess with the Zohan, really. You gonna defend that?
I'm not saying not every movie's a home run, but
Little
it's not
Nicky.
like he's
Little Nicky.
Not
you
like
gonna stand up for Little Nicky?
I like Little Nicky.
Oh my God.
Popeye's Chicken is sunshine and awesome.
Good Lord. Little Nicky. Worst
I like
movie
Little
ever. Waterboy, really?
Yeah. You're wrong.
Mr. Deeds. Mr. Deeds.
So you're telling me Adam Sandler's never done anything that's funny?
No, he's done stuff that's funny, but he's not funny now.
Well,
And he basically killed Saturday Night Live. Him, Farley, and Spade. They ran it in the ground.
what do you mean?
That was the worst era of Saturday Night Live ever.
No way.
Yeah, when those 3 guys were in charge, it was terrible.
No. That was like the key.
Oh,
that was great back then. Like, I think it's bad now. I think it was bad back when it was like Carvey and Myers and those kind of guys. Like, I thought, that's when I thought Saturday Night Live kind of sucked. And then when Sandler and Spade and Schneider and those guys, Farley, I thought it was great then.
Jim Ivino, where do you weigh in on this?
Oh, Lunch Lady Land, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Come on, Opera Man.
That
All right.
I didn't like that.
Oh, yeah, who else
I
did he
turned
have?
it off every time Opera Man came on. I just shut it off. I'm like,
Cajun Man? Really?
Cajun. Intoxicating. I love Adam Sandler. His CDs are great. At a medium pace. If you've never heard that song, you could probably get that off the YouTube or the whatever.
So you're a fan of the novelty songs?
Yeah, you got to listen to At a Medium Pace. It's a great song. We used to go to this bar down in Pittsburgh, Peter's Wildlife. Jim, you ever down there?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's long gone, but it was great. I just turned 21 and everything, and Peter's Wildlife, it was always packed. This was when I actually left the house. And, there'd always be, hot chicks and hot clothes, and, it was so packed in there. You'd always rub up against somebody. What's that?
Is that in the strip district?
No, it was at Gateway Center Mall.
Oh, all right.
Wait, just so I heard the last thing you said properly, Jerry. You said it's always crowded and there are lots of hot chicks, and it was so crowded you could always just rub into somebody.
Yeah, you're always bumping into a little bit of something. But anyways, the point of the story was, at the end of the night, we'd always stay till closing, and At a Medium Pace is always the last song they play. That's when you knew it was time to go home. It's hilarious. It starts off real slow and loving and takes a turn for the worse. So if you never heard it, At a Medium Pace, it's funny stuff.
Yeah, I just cannot stand Adam Sandler. He's just dumb, I don't like comedians who are, dumb.
You see, I like dumb. I like slapsticky.
I like wit,
I like wit. I like everything. You're too selective, Mike, though.
A little bit. Adam Sandler,
you gotta take people for what they are. Like Kelsey Grammer, not funny, so I take him for not funny, but Adam Sandler, funny, so.
All right, Jared, number one, moment we've all been waiting for.
Well, we talked about him earlier for a second.
Wow. Yeah, that's right. Tim Allen, right?
I got Tim Allen at number one. I can't stand this dude. How is this guy getting work? Home Improvement, the Galaxy Quest movie, with the Santa Claus movies.
Christmas with the Cranks? Wasn't he a Christmas with the Cranks?
Was that Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yes.
That was terrible. I think I saw 20 minutes of it.
I was going to say, you watched it?
Yeah, 20 minutes, and I'm like, this is terrible.
I know my parents went to the movies, and they saw it in the theaters.
Whoa.
And they enjoyed it.
Oh, they were the $12.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that reinforces the theory that I was adopted. Christmas with the Cranks.
Wow.
So, yeah, what else?
I mean, I like the Toy Story movies, but that's not really Tim Allen. I don't consider that Tim Allen.
See, this kind of stuns me because, I could have sworn, Jerry likes Roseanne, so, then I could have sworn, Full Time and everything just would have been right up his alley. But
weren't they on the same block, the same block of entertainment there? You had the Roseanne at 8,
yeah.
and then...
I don't know.
Yeah, I think Home Improvement followed Roseanne, right?
Like the blue collar hour.
Or maybe Home Improvement was first and Roseanne was at 9. I don't know. Well, you're the expert, Jerry. What time was Roseanne on?
I don't remember.
I
don't remember. It was so many episodes ago. I mean, I just don't remember.
Yeah, Tim Allen. I just can't stand the guy either. Not funny. I'm trying to think of, what would be the least funny thing he ever did. Probably Home Improvement, right? I don't know.
Oh, that show is so stupid and terrible.
Yeah, I was on my TV the other day, and I couldn't find the remote to change the channel, so I just kicked in the TV. I figure I can get a new TV, but I can't get those 5 minutes back of watching Home Improvement,
Well, I thought we established the fact that you didn't have a remote.
That's right.
Yeah, but you leave the view on.
Yeah, I only... Hey, don't judge. Don't judge. All right, anything else you want to say about Tim Allen?
I hate him.
All right, number one?
DUI. All right, go ahead.
Brandon actually, well, he didn't name his guys in any order particular. He actually had Ellen DeGeneres listed at number one. but I moved her down a bit.
Wow.
Because I think the number 1 slot has to go to Jay Leno.
Nice. That's a good pick.
Oh, he's just terrible.
I hate Jay Leno. I can't stand Jay Leno. Maybe it's because I'm not 80, but I just never got Leno.
Yeah, he seems to be really big with the 60 and up crowd.
Yeah, the elderly.
Yeah, that's the theory how he gets all the big ratings, because like old people just leave Channel 12 on and fall asleep.
Yeah.
And he gets the ratings then. But yeah, have you ever heard him actually tell a joke or anything? Like all his jokes, they're all like setups to something, and then he just leaves it there. And like
when he does his little newspaper clip-ins and
yeah,
that's just stupid. I can't stand Leno.
The best though is Conan O'Brien when he does actual items, because he basically makes fun of Leno, like his little newspaper bit. But Jim, you watch Conan, right? Do you remember when Conan used to do the actual item stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he'd say, "No, we swear these are real," and then of course they're always fake. But they're so funny. But
Hey,
yeah,
Mike,
Leno. Yes.
Mike Dell, we got a call.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caller, are you there?
I am here, sir.
What is going on tonight? May I ask your name?
It's Berndini.
Oh, it's the great Berndini.
It's
Great
Bern.
Berndini.
What's up, Bern?
Hello, fellas.
But Bern, who would you like to nominate for the least funny person?
The least funny person.
You can't use me.
I can't use you.
Now, what do you think of Adam Sandler there, Bern? You like the Adam Sandler, right?
Adam Sandler of old or new?
Just in general, would you consider him least funniest? Is he least funniest worthy?
He's not least funniest, but I'm going to go with Dell. He's gone downhill.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Have you seen Punch Drunk Love?
I like that movie. That's a good movie.
What was the other one he was in when his wife and kids were killed in a car accident? Did you see that one?
Oh yeah, it wasn't about 9/11 or something?
Reign Over Me.
Yeah.
Way to make with the comedy there, Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't see him playing those kind of movies, but yeah, he's gone downhill over the last. After Happy Gilmore, I would say that was.
Hey Bernie, I don't know if you heard, but don't mess with the Zohan.
Oh really? I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So Bernie, what are you up to this fine evening?
Nothing. I was calling in to see if you watched the Silva fight the other night, Mike Dillon. What you thought of it?
Yes, Anderson Silva on the UFC. He knocked out James Irvin. That was impressive. James Irvin tried to kick him in the ribs there. Silva caught his leg with his left hand and just hit him with a straight right in the nose and knocked him out.
It was pretty much like he hit him with the end of an open bottle. It looked like after.
Oh my God, yeah. Dude, Jared, did you watch that fight?
Yeah.
Underneath James Irvin's right eye, it was just.
Oh man.
I don't know.
Oh.
It looked kind of like to steal Joe Rogan's line. It looked like a goat's vagina.
Yeah, it was like a second mouth or something on his cheek. It was nasty.
It was the biggest cut.
Did you happen to catch the fight right after that? I guess it was an earlier fight in the night. They replayed it. It went on directly after that fight where the guy got kicked in the head. He got knocked out in the first round.
I turned it off right after Silva.
Oh,
everyone did, and everybody missed this fight. This knockout was incredible. I'm not even sure who the two people were fighting, but it blew my mind. It was as good as the Irvin knockout, but not as bloody.
It was better than the Crow Cop knockout. This dude, it was clean shin on chin. Like, he blasted him perfectly in the jaw, and that guy stiffened up like nobody's business and went down.
But did his leg fold under him like Crow Cop?
No, but he was knocked out way worse.
But the guy was losing the fight. He almost got knocked out like 4 punches before that. He was on his way out, and he threw the kick and knocked the guy out to win the fight. It was really good.
It was great.
We should have Bernie be our UFC expert, mixed martial arts expert, calling the show.
But you know what, Mike Dell, it's going downhill so fast, I don't know. I don't want to rent the fights that much anymore because the cards are terrible. I mean,
yeah, the pay-per-views have been sucking. Well, there's a good one. The last one we all got together to watch was pretty decent, right? Well, just because of the main event, Forrest and Rampage. That was Yeah, Bern, what about Rampage? Have you heard anything about that?
He's in jail.
He's in jail still?
Oh, I don't. Last I heard, he went to jail for fighting and a DUI, and I don't know what's going on with him. But
yeah, I gotta read up on that. But all right, well, we got to finish the top 11 here, Bernie. My number one least funny was Jay Leno. Any thoughts on Jay Leno?
He's not a fan.
Jay Leno, like Jerry, I haven't been up that late to watch this.
All right, fair enough. But here's one thing about Jay Leno that a lot of people may not know. In 1989, he starred in a movie.
Pat Morita?
Yes, it was Pat Morita. Do you remember what that movie was called?
It was called Used Cars or something.
No,
like
it's called Collision Course.
I knew it had something to do with a car or something.
And he played like a detective or something, and Jay Leno played the detective, and he had to like protect Pat Morita or something. Wasn't that what was going on?
I don't even think I saw it.
Oh, I saw it. I saw it like twice.
Wow. You were the one.
Yeah, I loved it. Jim Ivino, did you ever see Collision Course with Pat Morita and Jay Leno?
I cannot say that I have.
Well, look for it on Netflix the next time.
You want Citizen Kane back.
I wonder if that's ever been done in the history of Netflix. Like someone sends back Citizen Kane and gets Collision Course.
Yeah, just hey, I'm going in alphabetical order. What do you want?
Yeah. So, but if anyone out there has never seen Collision Course with Pat Morita and Jay Leno, give it a whirl. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. But yeah, Jay Leno, the least funny person in the world. All right, I think we're about out of show, right, Jer?
Yeah, we're out of show.
All right. So thanks to Bernie. Bern, thanks for calling, buddy.
No problem, fellas.
Yeah, call in earlier next time.
Yeah, because we're done
I was busy. I was busy doing things, so I'll have to work it into my schedule.
Bernie's
all right.
very busy. So, all right,
All
Bernie,
right.
good
All right,
to hear
guys.
from you, buddy. There he is, Bernie.
Fun golfing.
And we should mention that Bernie used to play in the Happy Birthday Baby Jesus tournament. You can Google him on LCS and find him. And Jim Ivino, thank you for being here as always.
Mm-hmm.
Now, seriously, next week we need that kid from Paranormal State.
Yeah, we need something. We can't top Damashek and Barnaby, but we got to do something for the fans.
Yeah, and we of course got to thank. Oh, I guess Matt Diggs called in, gave us some rumors there. Thanks, Matt Diggs, for bringing the show down. Talking about
thank you very much for bringing the show to a screeching halt. You claimed that only one rumor was about the Red Wings, but you managed to spin two of them into the Red Wings. So
and also, of course, we got to thank the man, Matthew Barnaby.
That's absolutely correct, Mike Dow. It was a dream come true tonight on the LCS Hockey Radio Show.
Yeah,
Matthew Barnaby, he spent a good half hour with us. You know, he was nice enough to stick around and tell stories, and we got to thank him for it.
Yeah, so big thanks to Matthew Barnaby. Hopefully we'll get him back on the show again at some point. And, Jerry, I think that's about it.
Yeah, I would say so. Are we doing a weekend show? No?
Probably
All
not.
right,
Yeah.
We'll be back next Wednesday then, 9 p.m. We don't know. We might have some Penn State paranormal kid on if Jim Ivino gets on the ball. Probably not, though, but you never know. We didn't know Matthew Barnaby was going to be here till yesterday, so got to tune into LCS Hockey. Go to lcshockey.com and keep checking because you never know who's going to be here. So look for LCS over at MySpace, Facebook, Gay Porn, wherever you like to go. LCS is there. Don't forget to buy Honest John Churchfield. It's the greatest book ever. Jim Ivino liked it. I loved it. So until then, I guess we're plumb out of show. So we'll be back next Wednesday. Until then, pass the gin, governor.
glad and, excuse me, I'd like to say I'm really glad and proud to be here tonight. I'm glad to see Frank's dad made it out. That's awesome. I haven't seen him in like 8 years. That's great. Congratulations.
I love you, Dad.
True love is hard to find. Sometimes you think you have true love, and then you catch the early flight home from San Diego, and a couple of nude people jump out of your bathroom blindfolded like a goddamn magic show, ready to double team your girlfriend, and it stops.
It stops right there, and it continues right here, because I think what my friend Mitch is trying to say is that true love is blind. Let's raise our glasses, whatever we got in front of us. Salute, health and happiness.
Thank you very much.